much information as they can for these VODs, because some of these players, some of these teams have just kind of gotten through the reconstruction, and now this is the first true showcase of what they've got.
Yeah, today seems to be a day of sunset. Well, some of the teams right now in Riyadh playing Sunset a bunch. Here we have it in VCTC as well, and we are going to get on started with our first map of the night. We got 6 best of ones for y'all, because these best of ones need to get played out eventually. Into the A main angle, 126 Thieves onto the races. And Sky is blue, straight up to Zind. Oasis didn't expect that kind of speed. And with it, an elbow take here, pressures on towards his A side.
I think he was a little bit confused on that one. Zeus, though, is going to get that contact with Sphinx, or Dexy Sphinx, because he's going to be able to pick him out. And now, this is, honestly, 126 Thieves is sight to take.
Yeah, Tesseract. Oh, forced to back away thanks to the paranoia. Flanked as well from Oasis Gaming. And as Marky and Sladum trying to find an angle here. Blind comes on in. Into the swing out there, but he can't be assisted. His teammate blinded there. The 3v4 over on Possible. Towards Alley here. A smoke out towards elbow as well. Tesseract though very low HP. Triple swing now, courtesy of 126 Thieves. And things looking good for the Mongolian squad here. 4v2 now. Dart. Dicky, where's that gonna go? All the way towards mid apparently. Sladum instead finding Sky is blue. Oasis still in the fight as the smoke dissipates. Sladum again swinging on out from safe. For the shot, can't get it done. 126 Thieves, they bought enough time here. They'll get the pistol.
That was a very proactive use of your post plan. It felt like, you know, 126 Thieves, they could have taken a more passive approach and just held certain angles on that A site, but no, they really just took it. Look at this. I think Zind here was occupied by that Reaper that we saw down the alley, and then he just got caught by a very quick Sky is blue. And then Sladum really just had to play the 3 versus 1 with like 3 bullets in his ghost, and really didn't have the time. Very quick refragment from 126.
Yeah, you just give Sky is blue an agent he's so comfortable on. You will expect 126 Thieves to know exactly what to do to set him up for success. So anti-eco right now for the Mongolian squad here. It takes a while, right? It's just like, you know them as the Mongol squad. Now they've rebranded 26 more than 100 Thieves apparently here as the math checks out.
Okay.
Yeah.
My brain did not register that. All right, hang on. Sky's Blue's going for it. Oh, interesting. Couldn't really move around that one. Great stun altogether. The trap being sprung here by Oasis, but here comes next in the rest. Gonna try to go for the counter pinch. Zind, unfortunately, not getting that kill, and it will be just down to Sladum's hands. But 2 of the players of 126 here is down to less than half.
Yeah, and a classic shot's gonna be good for Decoy already. Chin2 quite low as well. You want to see what they can do on the double swing here. 1-2 synchronize. Sladum, fight versus Nexi, now winnable! 30 HP, one more shot could do it, but Chin2 will deny it. 126 Thieves, they get the second round, but it's so costly for them.
Well, I'll still take that. That means that Oasis is going to have a very strong gun round coming into this one. That being said, though, I do like the movements or the aggression, the synergy that they have with Sky. Like you mentioned, his speed is not that access. Sure, really get tripped up because of the setup, the counter setups here for Oasis. We'll see how the setup works out. As now, again, they will have those guns to use in this third.
Yeah, and Oasis Gaming, the new addition of Zind, giving them more flexibility on the composition. Either running this double duelist. Time to see if it's gonna find any value, as the Yoru actually trying to play aggressive towards A main. Sky's blue though, calling a lot of attention here at mid. Zeus the one keeping tabs of it. But Oasis, they don't falter. They still have the Yoru in that pot. The market's still held here by Sladum. The blind comes on in though. Now 126 Thieves have some intel to work with, but Zind the one to take a life. In and out he goes. That's one thing Oasis can work with.
Goes for the pop flash here, but I think 126 wants him to go for that re-peek. Can't really push other than that. Spots it out. What a shot from Zind, and he's not done just yet.
The stun.
Overwhelmed? No, the stun actually helps him out. Good stuff for them. That's already 4 kills for him and the possibility of an ace.
The possibility of the ace, but if they want to keep all their guns, they'll line someone else who's healthy. Sladum falls. Chin2 Suddenly a wake-up call here, and a little bit of celebration there in the middle. But Oasis Gaming, they have control of that spike here, Asarai. Tripwire also now.
30 seconds
It's a middle
left.
for the Cypher. Oasis, they're gonna just keep tabs around A main here. Just watch out for the spike itself. Camera gets the intel. Now they know where the Cypher's gonna come from. So many players. This spike, though, is in cover. Retrieval maybe. The blind side into the slide. Well coordinated there by Oasis to get on the board.
Yeah, very strong control there from Zind. Really shows how proficient he is, even just being by himself. Able to get, what was that, like 1, 2 kills? Yeah, fours. 2 kills before he got that help from his teammate, which is very, very good.
Enemy remaining.
There's some
Rips
standouts.
some
Standouts from Zol in this point, right? It is unfortunate. They couldn't make it. Fast split too. But we've seen players from Zol shine before. Maybe one Paper Rex right now, right? But anyway, Marky, blind comes on in. Stun's gonna be the answer. The IGL of Oasis in trouble. Zind over the helping hand. Pass back away thanks to the blind. Marky still alive and kicking. Tesseract now there. And Oasis going for the full set here at mid. They just take the fight. 2-1 to 6 Thieves. And now they see the spike yet again.
Chintu's just by himself here. Trapped. Camera is somewhere on A main, so it might give him a bit of information, potentially. Still, in any case, out in the open, he's going to have to isolate a couple of fights. But not given that chance, that opportunity, falls down, and Oasis will be able to equalize things.
Yeah, Oasis Gaming now getting the tempo in their favor. You look at this PH squad, and after such a big re-roster at the end of last year, Zeus, Marky, alongside Sladum, 4-3, Tesseract, and then Zind joining the squad. And we know how experienced those latter 2 players are, but great coordination here from Oasis. Leadership from Marky, who's really taken up such a vocal role in the team when he used to be the most quiet player on Oasis Gaming.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And I do like how he's become that guy that just went so many arcs, right? He was playing the duelist, he went as the flex or support player, then back to the duelist, and now it's the shot caller. Good stuff, good stuff. I love the character progression for Marky here. That being said, speaking of character progression, Zind, this is the only time I think that we've seen him play as the Yoru. Like before, it's always just been
Well, he's fine for now. The 1-for-1 comes on in, and 1 to 16. Looking to make Oasis work for pressure towards the A side here. Sky is blue. At the end of the rope there by the trip. It's Zind with the final spray down there. 3v2 right now. Sheriff's in hand
planted.
here for the likes of 126. They're also on site, Asarai. With the space to work with. Oasis, the gun advantage is one to watch out for. Blind side coming on in. Flash, even with the paranoia. Decoy, can't even see it coming. Oasis, a clean retake there to get the lead.
Yeah, good stuff. Zind not wanting to overreach by himself, actually backed away to the back of the site and waited for the rest of Oasis. Didn't really want to take that risk of losing Flash and his gun and less firepower for the Oasis team. So look at that replay real quick. Tesseract really wanted to just be a devil's advocate, just to kind of trip up the rest of 126 here as they were pushing in. Good stuff for him, and then you can just see how coordinated Oasis was on that retake.
This goes here.
Oasis game, you know, looking better and better as the rounds go on. Operator also out here for Zind with 1-6 Thieves. They're not afraid to challenge for mid, and they quickly take tiles and send Sky is Blue to the front. B main though, one to watch out for Zeus. He's gonna break the tripwire there. Chintu now, keeping tabs of that angle. The smokes also making it so mysterious on that side of the map. The 1-6 still angling towards that A side. The spike moving. Might actually get caught here, but it's just Nexi watching the flank for now.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of going for that crossfire just in case. This smoke from Oasis kind of makes you think twice as 1-6 if they're going to actually leave B main exposed to the elements. Still, I think they're kind of figuring things out from the, well, obviously from the looks of things. But now they're going to do that on middle, and it's a catch-off. Zind is going to be able to escape. Almost even throws out his ultimate just for that extra safety, but doesn't really need it. Repositions with the gate crash, and this is timing picks. Pretty good from Oasis.
Yeah, and 126 Thieves now realize market looking open for business. Zindo, same spot here. Tries to go for the shot. Nicky actually catching out Tesseract. At least a trade the Mongolian squad can work with, but Sladam comes on in now from mid to still keep the height advantage. Oasis control towards B main. Spike drop now, and 126 Thieves struggling to make any kind of space work for them. Suffocating defense courtesy of Oasis, and it's a 4th round for the Philippine squad.
Wow, that was an insane sequence of events for both teams, honestly. I thought 126 was slowly creeping up to the site. They committed the Rolling Thunder, which I thought would have sealed that site take for them, but they still weren't able to really get any picks on Oasis, I think, except for just for Zind. And Oasis did such a fantastic job at just holding top mid and B main that 126 never really had a solid foothold on the B side.
Yeah, just funneling into the operator seems concerning here for 126 Thieves. But here we go again on the eco. Still happy to challenge. Overdrive is available for Sky is Blue. And Zind needs to hit the first shot here if he wants to stand a chance. Warning shot here into play. Sky is Blue doesn't dash at it. Doubles peek here from Oasis though. Just lurking towards mid right now. Doorway closes. Zeus also tagged by the bullet.
Not ready yet.
But Oasis, the lines are drawn here, Asarai, and 126 Thieves struggling to find any space.
Yeah, very different from what we saw from that first round. And Zind, holy, look at how close he is with this position. He's going to be able to hit another one. Sky is Blue will get that refrag, but I'm not sure if he's really going to be able to get any advantage off of that one. Maybe if he gets the cross in, picks up the weapon, or charges straight through, but that will be Tesseract on the intercept.
Yeah, I love the angle from Tesseract. He got blinded, plays close and safe instead, and into the neon sight lines there. Vicky though, finding Tesseract. 126 Thieves. Never count out them getting kills into the round, but 2 is all they'll get. As Oasis now running away with the lead. 5 for Oasis Gaming.
Non-stop. It feels like there's so many mix-ups that Oasis have. They're like throwing these jabs, these hooks, and 126, unfortunately, they're playing at just a single speed, right? It's either they push in and get picked and nothing, and then they just keep kind of repeating that over and over again. Sure, I do like that there was some time where they kind of paused a little bit, and we're kind of expecting maybe Oasis to be aggressive and peek out, but that also kind of burned some precious time for them to get into the sites. I think whenever we see 126 get into a site, it's usually like 20-ish seconds remaining, which kind of just tells you that they're not getting the information that they want when they're trying to scout against Oasis in each of these rounds.
Yeah, and Coach Orgel just talking to the team right now, trying to build on the potential entry we would see from Sky is Blue, but I agree there, Asarai. It's just Oasis is keeping the tempo in check. The timer has mostly been on the side of Oasis. I think the most commanding round really we saw was them pressuring from B main, forcing 126 Thieves to play the mid into that operator. And these kind of tactics looking very strong for Oasis Gaming for this defense so far. Now 126 Thieves, 4 ultimates, rifles are at the ready. If they're gonna make a splash, it could be this round.
Could be.
I'm out of here.
One. Well, let's see. Seems like they're starting very quickly. No wasting of time here. But now that they figured out the Zin is around the corner, flashes as well to kind of slow things down. They are looking to just throw as much to just clear him out there. They don't even know if maybe it's a fake that he went for that gate crash. You never know. Or actually, no, they don't hear that. But at least he's out of there. Repositions as well. But Zeus doubles up. I like this. This could be a misread for 126 if they don't really re-clear this position.
Yeah, they gotta check the corner. And 126 Thieves investing utility just to get rid of Zin's initial position. Operator posted up towards mid lurk also. Courtesy of Chintu trying to play into elbow. But Oasis is aware of the potential B main push. 4 players of 126 Thieves awaiting the go signal from Nicky and the rest. Here comes Zeus though. He wants to jump the gun. And Oasis Gaming getting ahead of things. A 2 for 2. As the spike is dropped momentarily. But 126 Thieves, they found some space to work with. Nexi now, the one from the shadows, the one with the TP to the A site. And here comes the rotation from our attackers.
Oh, he TP'd on on Ali. I thought he'd keep it straight into the site. Anyways, I think it's probably because Chintu has to clear those counter trips from Sladum. It did put a bit of a chunk of HP away from Nexi, and now the question is, what's going to be the post-plan util here when there's still 3 strong from Oasis now barreling back into this this A site?
Yeah, Zin is just clearing all the corners here. Goes for the shorty! The peek out from Chintu. Now the neural theft into play. They're going to know the Tesseract's looking to find the stick here. And where's the swing out from Decoy now? But Tesseract halfway done. The tap from Sladum so good! And Tesseract sacrificing his life for the greater good as Oasis take the defuse and take the lives of 126.
That is a big no-no. The Aftershock was there to deny the defuse, but it was very late already. That, again, like you mentioned, Tesseract was just going to straight up defuse that and still win the round. So even if Sladum would have dropped, it didn't really matter, to be honest. And I like this call from Oasis. The call there was the smoke from their Omen was about to drop, so they know that there's a high possibility chance that 126 will do their own setup, and they just countered it with the paranoia slide and kill.
Oh!
Which is going to happen now.
What? Dude, I just watched a run club in front of me. 2 neon sprints past one another, and now Oasis Gaming take the aggression to a whole nother level. Overdrive there to keep control of B main. 3 casualties on the sides of 126 now. Operator still sharp. Better than ever with the angle. Another one could have been Chintu getting away with his life. Blindside now, and Sin is unrelenting. The chase down into the takedown. It's a flawless one from Oasis Gaming.
That was beautiful stuff. They just know when to press their advantage here, and it really does show. It felt like there's no good way to retaliate as 126 Thieves in that B main encounter. You saw that Sky is Blue was aggressively sliding in, and he didn't expect that Zeus as well as Marky was already there, not really to intercept, but to just catch them or to just punish them, honestly. They just straight up, they had their own plan, and it worked over what 126 was trying to do.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
It's still funny to me. Zeus and Sky is Blue just say, "What's up?" to one another there. But this has been 7 in a row for Oasis Gaming. Momentum heavily in their favor, and the hunt continues on to Chintu.
Oh my god.
First one falls as the Cypher's lurk is already exposed. Sladum now, knowing pressures here towards B-side, communicating with the rest of the team on the rotation. But as of now, Oasis still prepping themselves for a potential rating.
Now, giving themselves a bit of that opening. Oasis will exit out from this one, but
Spike planted.
looking at things, they might be okay with that. They do have some utility to bring things back. Ooh, Decoy, are you gonna peek this? He really wants to hold that position, maybe for Sky is Blue, but the Rolling Thunder!
Oh!
Last player.
No
Wait,
way,
what is
no
happening?
way! Zeus is just doing it! Whenever he's concussed, it doesn't matter. He hits the taps, he hits the shots. He's gotten 2 already, and Zeus truly is divine! A 3K for Zeus, despite all of that action, and Oasis Gaming will get to 8.
Wait,
He was stunned. He was stunned, man. Insane.
yeah, the confusing part to me was Sky is Blue. He got hit by Decoy's Rolling Thunder because there's no breach on Oasis' side. Oh, no. He got booped up, if I'm not mistaken, right? And, like, while that was happening, okay, we'll see it here. There, see, Sky is Blue got hit by his own teammate Stun. Very big no-no there, because that just means that Sky is Blue will have to fight
Let's go, man.
in the same quote-unquote position
Hit,
that Zeus was in, which is just to hit hit with a stun on.
Yeah, and
Unfortunate things, but yeah.
I mean, Oasis Gaming, they've been strong on the punish. Zeus, such a young player here. First notably within the Burns esports. Made it even known here in Oasis. But Sky is Blue wants to use that Neon to the best degree. And here we go with his first kill. Corner though, still left uncleared. And Oasis Gaming get 2 kills in response. So it's 3v3. Operator still around here. And Zin is back to his usual ways. Over onto elbow now. Swing out comes. Decoy's gone. Tesseract looking to take the other angle. And it's a sandwich made by Oasis. And 126 Thieves, they're just consumed in that crossfire. 9
Last
for Oasis
round
Gaming.
before the switch.
And it just feels like 126 is getting completely handled by Oasis right now. There's just no stopping this tempo, this momentum that they've had. Sky's Blue, I love the pinch that he came from all the way through mid, but I think, again, without the proper support from his teammates, he's kind of grasping at straws here. It's not a bad thing, but more than anything else, Oasis is just so connected with each other. You saw how close they were. If you push through that, you're kind of screwed, to be honest.
I'm out of here.
So much more coordinated from Oasis right now.
Oh.
And 126 teams. Love to see them line it all up again. They go for elbow pressure here. Zeus, though, doesn't even flinch. A double there, despite all the damage. And Zeus is not done! Zeus! He just keeps on going for Oasis. And they made it to 10 here as right at the end of the first half.
Switching
We're
sides.
way past Valentine's, but he was like 14 HP and he was hitting all the sweet kills. Good stuff for him. And we'll see it again. Look at this. Here, he's down to 14. He dodges the Hunter's Fury, charges, slides. Next he whips, and then he gets another slide in with his overdrive and gets that 4th kill.
Mikey.
And well, as we are preparing the pistol here, 126 might have a better opportunity. Look at that play, though. They get a lot of information from that. I think the breach stun and flash were both used. No, just the stun, though. But at least now they know that the breach is on the other side of the map, which should make B side easier. Slatham losing his life to the lurk, though.
And here we go, Zeus! He just continues on from what he left off from the first half. Now then, Oasis keeping up the pressure, and Zin truly a magician. He was on one side of the map a while ago. Now he's here all the way deep in Boba. Sky is Blue, trying to at least isolate the fight. But Oasis commanding execute. Now they make it a 4v1 decoy. You can't be a decoy if you're the only one left here. And a target instead found by Zeus. A 3K for the Neon, and it's 11 now for Oasis Gaming.
Well, where you're at this point for 126, I think the only real measure right now is to go straight for the force buy. It's just not looking good if they don't get themselves a W on into the next one. Excuse me. But Oasis might be able to read into that as well, so I'm kind of expecting that they should have anti-force buy weapons straight into the rifles. No lick at getting an SMG. It's all the automatic rifles for them.
Yeah, and Zeus, even with full armor, he's gonna be a tough cookie to crack. But a shot like that is 126 Thieves and their saving grace. Oasis Gaming, though, some incredible stats from the duelist so far here. Asarai, 20-4, I believe, for Zeus, 17-5 for Zind. And here they go again, leading the charge towards mid. They're pinging right now. And angle towards A. Dicky
here,
just waiting in the corner. Get the intel here. Swing out shot, unable to connect. Oasis instead go towards B, and Slatham collects with the collapse. 2 for the Cypher, and B's looking free.
No, that is the worst case scenario for 126 here. That should have been Slatham falling down, but you know what? Because what it is, this will put a bit more emphasis on the remaining players to obviously play the clutch game, but they are getting ripped apart, ripped to pieces. And now we have map point here for Oasis as they just systematically pick off 126 one by one.
Yeah, torn apart into the shredder. Oasis Gaming have not let go of the gas pedal at all, and how does Slatham find the shot to collect them both? I would never know, but this is what Oasis Gaming have been building on throughout the year here, and this form is looking so powerful. One last chance for 126 Thieves to stay in this fight.
Here we go. Gonna have to go for a second force buy for them, obviously. And the purchase, definitely not really a good matchup against what Oasis has with such a good last round that was. You can see Sky is Blue is getting a lot of information, though, in middle, which actually pretty much gives them a good, clear picture. That's why we're seeing 126 straight up stack on B. But now, because of that cut of noise here, Dax, the potential to maybe just check mid and go back to A is on the board once again.
And the Oasis already on it. The intercept towards mid would be the bigger deal here. The smoke comes out towards mid. close hold by Jintu. Surprising Marky. And again, the Omen of Vixen, but the trade comes in from Oasis. Nexi, though, tracking Zeus down. That's a spike drop. The stun comes in as well. And 126 Thieves finally throwing a wrench into the plans of Oasis Gaming. Looking great for the defense. They have a chance to get on the board here. Keeping it up with the pressure.
Here.
Sladum, though, has Cyber Cages to work with. Spike, though, out of reach. In the one with the Phantom right now. Decoy. I love the play. I love the idea. Using their own Cyber Cage against them. And that's Sladum now. Hitting the shots. Could have been good. But Dicky comes in to save the day. A third round for our Mongolian team here.
That was close. Sladum was heating up. He got 2 kills already and was about to get into that flow state. Potentially. Thankfully enough, like I mentioned, got picked off. But this was a great heroic play, I think, from Gen 2. Like you mentioned, they had to play that mid position as 126 and just try to get a catch off of Oasis. And now, at least, they've given themselves some breathing room. But Oasis will not get denied. They will still have some rifles coming into this next one.
Ooh. And there's a bit of hesitance there. They sold a rifle suddenly. So Zeus, the only one with the full auto rifle. Tesseract with the Guardian. Banking on a potential overdrive in the future, but 126 Thieves, they at least have some guns to work with. It's still not the best buy, though, for the defense here, Aserai. 2 Guardians, a Judge in hand. They're going to try to hold this B site now.
There is 1 tripwire remaining here. So I'm curious if that is going to get more value for Nexi or what, because both of them are playing at the back of the site, and I'm not sure how effective they can really make it. Still, Nexi is throwing every smoke that he has when it goes on cooldown. That's kind of interesting. Oh, okay. All right. Looking for probably a third. Dicky making some aim labs. The range down on mid. And that just leaves Oasis to the 2 players.
Yeah, man's a shooter, and that was so succulent there towards mid. Jintu, though, still aware of the potential push. Marky trying to be cheeky. And with it, the Classic gets the one. But Oasis Gaming, everything now left to Zeus. Will have to go solo here. A 1v3 ahead of him. Overdrive possibly to be used in this scenario. The blind keeping him at bay. Now the 2 Neons meet one another and sky is blue. Bridges the gap and it's close enough to execute his counterparts. 126 Thieves onto 4 they go.
Very good cascade of stuns from 126 here. Marquis, Zeus. No chance for him to really get free space and not get punished for it. So that just made it easier for 126 to deal with him. So little replays. Pretty smooth handling of that 1v3 for Dicky. The stuns to begin with and that fast lane did allow them to plant the spike. So in a way, it's not so bad for Oasis since they will get an economy. But for 126, holding on. 8 more rounds. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, and they finally have a few more rifles to work with here. Quick little pause into the action, I do believe. And 126 Thieves, they're showing us signs of life here, Aserai. But is it too little too late? Oasis are already on match point here. Just one mistake from the defense, and that can cost them the map.
Well, tis what it is. Oh, all right. Just on 11. Make a wish. Well, it's not 11 p.m. yet. Or if you're watching from GMT +7, it's not...
Yes?
7 p.m. yet. Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's not 11 p.m. anywhere when you're in Southeast Asia.
Huh?
Yeah. I got confused there for a bit. Sorry. Here, it's not yet 8 p.m. And then if you're in GMT +7, it's not yet 7 p.m. There you go.
Thank you for teaching everyone about time, Aserai. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do you know that the sun is up in other countries and not here?
But I thought it was flat.
Don't get us started on this, please.
But it's the refraction, right, of the light. That's why it looks round, but not really.
So you're telling me it's not rotating because you don't feel the rotation?
Yes. So if you go to the very edge, you will fall to into the abyss. Yeah, that's why.
That's why there's a map called Abyss.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. There you go. We're getting into the lore. Actually, is the Valorant Earth?
No. It's not. It's not. They're both round.
Okay. They're both rounded. All right. Just no. I actually can't still understand what the lore is for Valorant, even though I've seen like a bunch of the things. Like they have duplicates. There's another world. There's like a multiverse, I guess, or a reverse Earth or something, and they have Radiant in one, and then the other one doesn't have it.
I mean, they just want Radiant in general.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like
we want
dude,
Radiant
like
too, or Radiant, so we can buy skins.
Dude, it's just like the MCU except it's the Valorant cinematic universe, and we are here for it.
Riot cinematic universe. Dun, dun, dun. All right, sorry.
Back to the game though. 1-6 Steve still at the edge of the rope here, still finding a heartbeat to work with. We do control main right now. Into lobby. Sky is blue, posted up. And forcing Oasis to stick around towards mid instead. But there's still that tripwire set up to watch the flanks. The Yoru as well of Zind. Scouting towards mid as Oasis is looking for the signal to go on in. That smoke could be it to allow Zeus to play the entry. The camera making it tough. The tripwire there. Chintu finding Tesseract. And it's a good sign for 1-6 Thieves. They've really stalled Oasis so far. Now then, the spike towards the side should be a plant for Oasis.
Yeah, this forces Sladom as well to push by himself here on News. Still, will have that plan on the spike though, so there still is that post plan that they will be playing against. Recon Dart not getting any information aside from no one's at home. Nice little use into the fake out, and Zeus goes ballistic. Electricity in his hands already as he uses the overdrive. And this forces back the rest of 1-6, but they can't really play for a next round, can they? They have to push through this. The smoke outside of Market is stopping them dead in their tracks as they try to wrap around. Here comes Sky Blue, gets caught by Zin, and now it's just down to Decoy. 1v2. He's gotten the first one down, has to reposition, jumps out, and gets caught, and that's going to be a waste of taking a one on this. Tricky, honestly. This is, I think, the only word to really talk about it for S2 here. In any case, we'll get to it, right? What's done is done. All you can really do is push past, move forward, and we'll see if S2 can get a quick start here on the pistol as we're about to begin. From the looks of things, though, looks like they want to go for an aggressive mid-push and just get a catch onto someone potentially, but John does have a camera that might be able to just catch that and keep him safe and just, you know, kind of show the starting hand here of S2.
Yeah, do you see all those pings on B side though by Sipto? It's just like, hit me, hit me, hit me. I want to see if that's going to be the execute there for Sipto that way. And speaking of the camera that you mentioned, it immediately fends off the push from S2 towards mid. Smoke out now onto the side. Fixie leading the charge here, and Sipto now making their way into Market. 2 targets, and Fixie's frenzy will just mow them both down. A great start here for Sipto. High octane to move into Boba as well. Big advantage now. Mundo gets a spot on Fixie. Saikoro also with the sheriff in hand. A hand cannon could be powerful. Eman makes a trade happen. Moon all alone here. And sure, it's nighttime, but it's Zipto's time for the pistol.
Yeah, that was very controlled there from Zipto. S2 was able to get a couple of catch-off kills, but that was about just it. Very clean takes. I think the one that really closed S2 back was this particular play from Fixie, where he just full sent it into Market. But it makes a lot of sense, right? They hit the paranoia already. He went for the slide. They get it. It's going to be just a straight-up buy after that for Zipto. No really dilly-dallying here, as they just have rifles almost all across the board, except for the big utility boys with Rizza and Ja.
Yeah, and consider Sipto to be a PH squad, but we have to respect the 2 Malaysians on this roster. Rizza, that you said, Fixie as well, an incredibly aggressive duelist that can get explosive. And a confident beginning here for Sipto right now. Ja just creeping into the corner here, deep in courtyard. Beyond that, the rest of the team playing the defaults, looking to catch S2 in the act. There's going to be the swing out here from both Mikasa and Zen. But beyond that, Fixie angle with the Phantom. Sipto, no real contact so far here, Asteroid, but coming into A lobby, this could be the go signal over onto Elbow. Min Luan in position to try and swing off the stun. Zen also, it's a good kill by S2, but the firepower is unmatched. Fixie, low HP, needs to be careful with the gun. Sipto, as of yet, they're looking to back on the B play, perhaps. They can't afford Fixie to die here. Watch out, though, for Moon on the other side. Ja, who's going to see each other first. Ja's the one who gets the headshot, and that spike's going to get delivered on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I thought it was actually just a scary 2 versus 2, but no, Rizza is also here with Ja rotating onto B, getting Fixie at least a better position to just plant the spike undeterred now that they know getting all that information as well. I do like that Zipto not really spreading out their numbers, but very much contained and near for that quick little refrag, because they understand that S2 was able to pick up all of the weapons that they dropped.
Yeah, S2 making Zipto work for it. Relay Bolt comes into play. Casa stunned for the time being. And both players of S2 looking to burst from the theater. But this is one picture that Rizzo will star in. The Sheriff's taps are so good. And Zipto will get a second round.
And that is at least going to allow them to save the Phantom and a Bulldog at that point. But very good stuff, though. On the flip side for S2, didn't really expect to see too much econ damage, if not even the threat of the round being picked up by them, but they did it. It was very close, honestly. If Zipto kind of overcommitted to A, that might have been a completely different outcome. But you know what? They'll take it. Zipto still has the round, but S2 will have their gun round coming into this one as well.
Yeah, and S2 did some good damage there. They're good at buying for lobby here. And here we go again. That stun from Mikasa has just been the go signal here for S2 to peek things out with it. Zipto has to respect it. Back away into courtyard here. They smoke out top mid as well. And the market burst from Fixie is on again. Gets blinded by his own teammate. Doesn't matter, Zipto now making their way onto the site. Mundo in position in the cyber cage. The spray comes in. They're trying to get the tag going. Now he's spotted. The stun is perfection from Zipto again. And they're going to get the plan.
Spike
Good,
planted.
honestly. It's only the stun coming out as well from Fixie too. Like, he's the only one. Zen, though, able to hit a shot into Rizzo. Repositions. Takes a step back, but I'll actually just try to keep the pressure rolling. It is waiting for the rest of the team, and here they are.
Oh, Fixie's gonna swing it, and Fixie's not done! Zipto! High octane, truly, and they're so hot with their hands here, Asarai. Some great shots from Fixie and the rest. The guns here picked up scrounge too. Rifles all abound. Mila 1 even spotted here. Everyone from Zipto getting on the board. And a bonus successful for the PH squad.
Yeah, very good stuff for Zipto there. And I gotta say, Fixie, his ability to throw out that really bolt and just get somebody stunned, allowing for an easier kill, is honestly pretty invaluable. You saw how difficult it was for, who was this, Moon, on the back of that B site to get any kills, even when he was getting those tripwire triggers, just because he couldn't really take a shot because, well, he was concussed.
Zipto has found so much value from their utility. Every single player. Now the tripwire comes into play. They know Fixie's coming towards A sites, but S2 just don't have the stopping power to prevent this plant from coming on in so quick on the execute for Zipto.
Okay. It's like a calm before the storm. I thought they were just going to rush out. That's why I was like waiting for something to happen. But it seems like both teams waiting for that stimuli. S2 waiting for the numbers as well. Only have the Sheriff, so they really want to go for the punch with the numerics. Here's the flash and everything. And they're trying to drop down, but Fix is already on the intercept, stopping them dead in their tracks. Moon does get a pick with that Sheriff, but it's not done just yet. Emma around the corner, trapped. He will give us a for the cause, and that's going to be Fixie with another one. 3K for him, looking pretty snazzy, and that is Zipto with the 4-0.
Yeah, he's on fire. Fixie, 7 kills already in just 4 rounds of action. Overdrive is in his pockets. The money is unreal here for Zipto. And they have such a good start to this best of 1. Yet again, it's the same old problem. You have a rough start in sudden death. How are you gonna bounce back here? S2, a must-win in this regard here. They lose this one, the money's gonna be tight. They have the neural theft. They're close to the overdrive with the rolling thunder. It's been the strength to contest with that stun, sure. And here we go again. Fixie blitzing on through, beating some utility with the fast lane. But Zen's there, ready to receive, and that should force Zipto to back away for now.
Yeah, they're pretty... Well, I like how Jaw's monitor never changes on angle. It's just always
signature
near
jaw.
his face. Yeah, signature jaw. But sorry, going back to what I was mentioning here. I think they're also trying to fish where the breach is. One wrong move here, and Mikasa is going to have that rolling thunder. And of course, just the punish of that fault mine. That being said, I think Zipto is having somewhat of an idea. And yeah, if it's going to be the Cypher there, there's probably no breach to follow through.
Yeah, they've been confident to play into B despite the Cypher's presence.
They are.
With the trip bar being found, plant yet again into the cubby. Saikoro though. Reconnaissance into the shock dart, doing a bit of damage perhaps.
Go, go, go.
Seems like Zipto healthy, ready, and playing the post plant here. Pixie though, ready again to be that first contact. Moon and Zen on the board. I think I heard an overdrive. It's gone here. Eman with the Hunter's Fury instead. And Zipto now needs to play Protector with their Sova. The Recon Dart comes in. Eman spray is just utterly succulent. And Eman's not done! He's on fire! Hot sauce too! It's getting spicy here as Zipto have found a handful.
Their backs will be towards.
Not gonna lie, I honestly thought that Zipto was in trouble there. S2 was hitting all the marks, getting all the kills, and even honestly, it felt like it was an early call on the Hunter's Fury. But I think we'll see it on the replay as well. Look at that. He does get the kill onto Moon though, so it's not so bad. But everyone was losing. But this one, before that shock dart was thrown by Eman, there was a really cool play where he kind of low bounced the recon dart, and they kind of just traced it through to that spike, and they got a kill and stopped the defuse from S2.
Yeah, give him valuable time, and Zipto now doing it all over again. The tripwire preventing Zen from crossing the threshold, and the overdrive from the side of S2 just go down in the whimper. But Ja eventually found by Mikasa. That crossfire from S2, a good hold towards mid, and the gun to be picked up.
Fixie, now with the rest of the remaining forces of Zipto not having any lurks on mid, has to divert their resources elsewhere. And just slow peeking, slow creeping. Moon is on the other side here. Who picked up the rifle? Oh, it's Zen. Okay, correct. The correct one to pick it up.
Yeah, but that's 3 on B, and this is the weaker side for S2 now. Beyond the utility of the Cypher, this trip though we found by Fixie fast. Camera spotted. And all of that setup is completely broken here by Zipto. Plant onto the corner. It's been the play for Zipto on this A side. Ali also being fought for. But it seems like it will just be about the link push here from S2. They also get the Neural Theft into play so they can go for the retake.
They are getting good information as well, but at the same time... Okay, there we go. They committed the Rolling Thunder, but it didn't get to Rizza. He was just there to pick up kill after kill. Gets 2. Still not done just yet, but okay. Around the corner, and it's just down to Milwan. Great shot with the Sheriff. Not done. Spots out Hot Sauce. Eman using his drone to assist, but it's not really needed as Hot Sauce picks up the kill, and Zipto with a quick 6-0.
Yeah, you're right there, Asarai. S2, a big investment, not only with the Rolling Thunder, but also the Neural Theft and the Overdrive. They tried to chance it, they tried to force it, but as soon as that happens, Zipto, they always have the angle to immediately get contact. 2 key players avoiding the Rolling Thunder, one of them being Rizza, just swings out from safe, and that's all she wrote. That was the only gun S2 had there on the Neon.
I don't know. These are risks that feel... high risk, low reward. Not high risk, high reward. Anyways, Fixie had it, and he's just chasing it down. I feel they just want to show, you know, their strong hand here, but through all of this manhandling, seems like Zipto might actually have bit off more than they can chew. Saikoro through the back to the side. He gets mixed up though, but still gets the kill in the end. It's a 1-for-1 trade, and as the dust settles, that's when you kind of chill down a little bit. Zen?
There's no chilling.
Oh my god, there's no chilling. From 2v2 to 2v1.
Yeah, but Hot Sauce, he knows how to play in this fire, and Zipto right now have the man advantage. They forced the issue there with Fixie. They pushed on through towards B. And now, 2 key players on the post plant still alive, ready to fight. A shot on the Recon Dart. The double swing is all you need, apparently. Eman had all the tools, but he just said to his teammate, let's go kill.
If you're not a good
Let's
shot
get
today,
down
don't worry.
to
There
business.
are other ways to be useful.
As he does
To defeat
often
S2,
do so.
is that the song?
Yeah, that's good. Look at this though. Fixie just sliding in. Well,
Spike
business.
planted. Last play.
He's a big stepper.
Yeah? What else?
I actually don't know the lyrics to that one.
Nah.
I just remember. I keep remembering Big Stepper, but it really is. Look at that. We're 7-0 right now, and he's 9 kills to his name. To be fair though, there's like an 8 and 7 right behind him with Hot Sauce and the rest. They are committing to this.
Fixie, how do you get away with this one? Hunter's Fury looking to find the kill, courtesy of Saikoro, but Milawan, he wanted to chance the angle, but smoke in the way, and Zipto immediately taking their talents to the other extremity on the map. In pressure B again. One more time, they just really find the tripwire so early. These trips going to catch the Neon to no avail. Viper Spit into play as well. Sipto strong full plant now, even more so with the lurk courtesy of Fixie. Smoke coming into play. It's a 5v4 that looks heavily in Sipto's favor.
Yeah, I like it when Fixie's the one that's actually lurking. It just makes it easier for him to reconnect with the rest of the team because he is on that Neon. Mikasa and the rest now charging in. A couple of kills through to Viper Spit here, and is actually looking pretty good. Rizza, though, keeping it contained in the middle. We're down to Ammon and Hot Sauce. Great shot from Ammon, and this is what we were expecting for him. Moon chasing, repositioning will be his opponent, and this is just an insane game of Ring Around to Rosie, and Hot Sauce was just witness to all of that. Gets the final kill, and Zipto keeps that round flowing.
Yeah, the bait and switch was just unreal. Eman making that noise, Hot Sauce waiting. The sync from Eman and Hot Sauce from start to finish has been just so well done. And in the end, even though S2 getting in there, getting some key kills, especially on Rizza, it's still the post plant from Sipto that has been unbeatable. You can see immediately the adjustment from Moon as well. The tripwire now directly in front of B main. It's just been destroyed so many times. Fixie now pushing in as well. The crisscross from the Neon Zen gets rid of them, and Hot Sauce will respond in kind. But the pick onto the IGL should slow down Sipto here.
Yeah, it was very confusing. Slight victory, though, for Zipto because they will have that neural theft over S2 here. But Saikoro mends the issue, having that recon drone just get all the information in mid, the rotations as well. Moon will try to intercept here, but it falters for him. The reposition, Saikoro the back of the site, now pressuring, but does fall to Rizza. This is just not looking too good here for S2 as Mikasa finds an opportunity, but misses the shot.
Enemy remaining.
And he doesn't miss at all. That's what Sipto's all about. Just marksman from start to finish. Now, hunting down the oncoming Miluan. It is so quick. It's just so damn quick here, Azurai. These duels are won in such commanding fashion by Sipto, and the scoreline represents it. 9-0. They've been on a tear.
Yeah, might need to go for a timeout here. We haven't seen a single timeout from S2. But you gotta feel for them as well, right? It might be the hit from what we just were talking about from that default when they were supposed to go up against Oasis, but now I don't know, maybe they're trying to overcompensate, and in turn it is making them maybe make these mistakes that, you know, when they were so dominant in their own region wasn't really too spotted. I'm not taking away how good Zipto have been playing, but I don't know, S2 could be something.
Yeah, even with the time to put his hand off the mouse and talk to the team. But you said it, I think S2 is fighting two battles here. Once against Sipto, one for their own mental. And in the best of one, you just don't have time to find that reset. Sipto keeping the pressure on. I mean, even with the smoke out towards Boba, the Zen there, he even tried to push out from this one. On the other side with the smoke, it's still red by Fixie and the rest. Sipto's just ready for any kind of angle here in mid. The lurk spotted by Miluan at the very least. But with these guns, it's all Sipto for the rest. And from 9-0, it's looking likely to be double digits now for Sipto Esports.
Miluan's gonna be... Yeah, he's hearing the running of Fixie here. Gets spotted by the camera. Now everybody from Zipto knows what's up. He's probably gonna try to save this weapon for that next couple of rounds.
How do you do it, though? You need to win against Ja. At least Miluan winning his solo fights. And this is what we're talking about, S2. When we saw them back in Split 2 promo relegations, at the very least, they could fight. They could win out these gun duels. And they could make some quick executes happen. But it's just not happening today. A very shaken S2. Now getting controlled heavily by Sipto Esports. 10-0. There's no two ways about it there, Azurai. It's just been one-sided dominance so far.
I agree. It really is very difficult to watch at this point because S2... Again, we're expecting so much from that debut match from them here into promo relegation. Right now, looking at the stats here, they haven't broken through double digits, and the highest skills that they have is Miluan and Mikasa with 5 apiece. Hasn't been too good for them. And honestly, it's the play from Zipto here, where Fixie's just going to be throwing out the pain.
Yeah, and they even spotted Miluan out over onto the back of side. Prioritizes Zen first.
Fast.
And did you just see a neon? Because I didn't. That was so fastly eradicated there by Fixie. Speed kills. Fixie's the
Spike
definition
planted.
of it. Spike already planted. And here we go again for S2. The post plant. Difficult odds stacked against them with Hot Sauce. Now just waiting. Fixie as
One
well.
enemy remaining.
Sees the Sova. Quick tap from Hot Sauce. Saikoro. There's the fight with the trade from Zipto. Says it all. From 10 to 11. They're just winding down the clock
Last
here.
round
One
in
more
the half.
kill as well, right? And I wonder if we're gonna see it. Probably not. They have some money for it. Maybe I was thinking like maybe an operator here for Zen, since he's taking such a aggressive approach. Maybe he can make that happen. But I think we just how coordinated
Player standing.
the setups are for Zipto. Maybe the thought has passed their minds already, but we'll not try to do so. In any case, yeah, you're right. Here we are, last round into the first half, and Zipto potentially nearing a perfect game, which could be the first one here in relegation.
Yeah, and one of the rare few we see within the VCTC scene. Then, though, we'll look to make sure that doesn't happen here. There you have it. 2 quick kills for S2. First time they've had a lead like this coming into the start of the round. And Miluan, unfortunate, as Evan did go for the swing there. Though, separated for now, but the RGL stepping up immensely. Evan getting 2. Hot Sauce as well, back in position. Spotted though, it's Riz instead feeling the pain. And the Paranoia doesn't connect. Hot Sauce, he's one away from the shadows here. Goes for the tap. Saikoro coming up close, and Saikoro shreds him down. 2v1, and it's all up to Evan.
Wow, that was a great hold for Saikoro. Now that he's trying to sync up with Mikasa here, Emon will just have to try to make things work. Saikoro is holding an angle by himself. If Emon's quick enough, maybe he can get a catch on Saikoro here, which he does. And a recon towards the back of the site allows him to maybe push forward, get a catch into one. No, Mikasa able to at least dodge the ping, the
30
pulse.
seconds left.
Now it's a 1 versus 1, but Emon is prepared, but Mikasa's faster.
And S2 finally at the end of it. It took a while to get
sides.
here, but they did get around on the board. Getting a good advantage there, thanks to the neon of Zen. And yet again, respect to the mechanics here of S2. But throughout that half, that was just all Zip. So 11-1 is it could be the nail in the coffin for S2. A must-win scenario for the attackers. And off to the races into B main they go.
If they actually get this fast enough, there's only like 2 players holding that B position, and Hot Sauce is slowly backing away. Priming his Paranoia there. Immediately, that just says to Zen, back off. This wall, though.
This corner, it's left unchecked. They didn't realize it, and Rizza, truly the Viper here, striking an RKO out of nowhere, courtesy of Rizza, knocking out 3. It's stunning, it's splendid, and it's Zipto here, all across that B site. Everything left to Moon right now, but the skies, man, they are dimming here for S2 and Zipto Esports. That could have been the dagger there.
Wow. At some point, when you were talking about Vipers and RKOs,
taken out.
Yeah.
was very apt, I think, to just start shouting, watch out, watch out! Just because of how he just expected what was about to happen, because there was no check whatsoever. And Moon will get trampled here as Rizza picks up that 4K. Absolutely incredible stuff here from Zipto. A near perfect record, and this will force force that bye for S2 in the incoming round.
And Zipto Esports just bringing out the one and done that early just because of the incredible lead that they built in the first half. Now with guns at the ready, 3 Bulldogs to answer the 4 Stinger rush here from S2. And you expect the Clash of Titans to come towards A. Smoke comes on out. The blinds there too. Courtesy. Oh, Hotso still holding on to it, actually. Double dark cover instead. But has to back on 4 now, taking height. And Eman and Hot Sauce, they've been the duo to watch out for. And this dance has been led by Sipto from the very start. Still the fight, the push comes in. Miluan all alone. But Sipto have just been winning. And it's interesting that it's a very aggressive stance for 126 Thieves playing that Clove compared to Sipto, who goes to that old school Harbor. I've seen how Harbor can be successful on this map back in Game Changer C, but it's still not the most... It's not the strongest pick from what we've seen. You really need to coordinate the walls. You need to know how to sync up with your fellow controller. And Eman has that experience on the Harbor. He's been really synchronized with Hot Sauce in the previous series. So if Sipto's gonna perform and do just that, well, it has to be here.
Yeah, it seems like they actually are looking to set up elsewhere on the map right now, as it is going to be somewhere on middle. Nexi's already looking to intercept, but he got spotted first and did fall down. Sneaky little smoke play that we saw there. Decoy now with the rest of the remaining forces of 126 Thieves on A site, looking to go for the flank. Eman's about to get the catch on this, but while that is happening, Zipto is already working their way towards B.
And when you're playing the Clove, a pseudo-duelist, right? Decoy and Dicky, they know how to play the front line together. But Ja, he had a quiet game on Sunset a while ago versus S2, just because he didn't really need to do much. This time, watching the rear and getting the job done. Big kills by Ja to watch the flank. Allows Sipto to safely set up on the B side. Now the wall's looking very oppressive. Eman
planted.
can get the plat going here as well. Chintu, swing out now, spots out Fixie. A standoff here by Orange, waiting for the synchronized swing. And Sipto right now is just looking flawless. A pistol here for Sipto Esports.
That's kind of nasty from Zipto there. Just not... I didn't really... You kind of look at 126 Thieves and didn't really expect... Yeah, a couple of these kills. Look at that. Fixie, Sky is Blue, and Dicky all just going into the crosshairs of these multiple Zipto players and just falling down and costing them that pistol round. The timing, the catch-off, or the catching of timing from Zipto here is just so good that it looks kind of unfair in that pistol of his.
Yeah, and Josh just like, oh, I get to do something this game. Seems like that's immediately the case there. That's the flank covered by Sipto. Now in the front, timing is everything. Decoy though couldn't get the job done, and with it, Fixie, the one with the punish. Guns heavy here for Sipto. A Phantom, a Vandal. They're so confident going into this A site.
Spike down
Eman's
A.
life. Ja can pick up that gun anyway. The flank here spotted. Nexi already exposed. And as Ja goes hunting, goes for the swing, a battle of the
Spike
sheriffs.
planted.
Respect in this 1v1, and Ja's the one to get the job done. 2-0 here for Sipto.
Yeah, very quick dealing of that 1 versus 1 though. But now you're kind of seeing the trend, and we'll probably get a better confirmation once this round starts, or once this round is undergoing, is how that lack of flash and more emphasis on controlling abilities really affect the defenders. Because right now, you kind of see 126 Thieves, you know, I predicted that they're just going to play a lot farther back, wait for utilities, and start rushing right in. But the problem is, Zipto is already prepared at that point, and they're just on fire right now, hitting shots, and they're dictating the pace of the game. And 126 Thieves unable to reciprocate that that impact.
Yeah, 126 Thieves are looking for openings here. Now with Nexi in position, it's traded immediately by Hot Sauce. So an aggressive start from the Viper. On the wall, Cloud gonna be null and void. Chintu instead spotted here by Fixie. And these are some massive picks from Fixie himself. 5 on the board
Spike
already
down
all
B.
throughout. The Cove comes on in, but the spike has been dropped. Decoy though, he's the one to watch out for here. The main character of the round for 126. And given the fact that it's a 2v2 with Decoy and Dicky, partners in crime,
Last
even
player
previous rosters,
standing.
they can't sync up. It's Fixie instead alongside Hot Sauce. Yet again, Sipto's so good at using that 2v1 advantage. And here we go again. Spike to be planted.
planted.
The flank is there. Hot Sauce gets the
enemy
spot.
remaining.
There's the push. Dicky needs to watch his back
There's a
though.
no.
Pick me up, and it seems like it's a throwdown instead by Fixie. A third kill and a third round here for Sipto.
I mean, you can't fault Dicky for thinking that his opponent was going to be somewhere on B main or yellow. It's the logical choice. Unfortunately, it wasn't at that point. I do like though the 126 Thieves are playing these off angles and are getting a couple of catches, and Decoy in that particular round was hitting some incredible shots to keep them afloat, like you mentioned. Truly a star. Unfortunately, just missing that 1v1 beat for Dicky there. Anyways, going to the this next one.
Oh, no, but that's the thing though. The 1v1s, they're usually 2v1s thanks to Sipto. Even against S2, right? They're so good at understanding when they can double up on a player. Right now, Fixie, 5 HP, he's still going for it, and now he'll get punished. Respect what 126 Thieves can do, but now with the guns, Ja again, looking to play aggressor. He used to play duelist back in the day. Now on the Killjoy, he's still willing to take the position that his Jet used to do in other squads. The swing out though, Sky is blue! It's suddenly giving Emin a reckoning, but Sipto, man advantage still. Decoy playing on the second floor here. They're running out of bullets. Chin2, that's a good one! And 126 Thieves, they are fighting quite eagerly here, Asarai, and they do force Ja to back on the way.
He's gonna have to rethink a little bit here, but not too much, as he just goes in straight to that B site. Wonder if they're even gonna be forced to use that lockdown of his. Turret will be placed as well, as he will be planning
30 seconds left.
Open, so this is not too bad.
Spike planted.
Rest of the players of 126 Thieves now coming in for the flank here. Ja, I don't know if he's gonna wait for that turret to get contact first before he actually peeks anything.
Yeah, the rifle. The rifle is 9 HP. If Decoy gets spotted by the turret, he's dead, so Chinto needs to clear it first. This is Ja's moment! This is his time! And Ja with the quad! We say it, he can just go anywhere on the map and get these kills. 4K for Ja and 4 for Sipto.
So many questions.
And now that's gonna give him the access to his ultimate coming into this next round, which could be pretty good. If they're looking at the economy of 126 Thieves, they're gonna know that an operator is probably a high probability purchase for 126 Thieves here. This was so unfortunate for Sky is Blue. I honestly thought that he was going to get that second kill and maybe get a stronger foothold on that A side. Unfortunately not, and that's going to cost them again another round here. Zipto is making quick work of 126 at the very start of things here in the first half.
Yeah, it's similar to the previous series, as Fixie now flying by, looking to keep an eye out towards pipes. They use the Nano Swarm to prevent 126 Thieves from even taking that in the first place, but the lockdown is the call here. Timer ticking. 3 players stationed here at A, while Decoy still sticks around towards trade. But Ja! That's a dangerous game he's playing. Has to back out for now. Dicky though, caught 2 detained actually. It's not just Dicky, but also Sky is Blue. He was thinking about the not dead yet, and here he comes back to life. But into cover, wants to fight, needs to fight to stay alive. The spike planted, and Dicky forcing that contact. But the timer ticks to his life. Dicky finding Eman, who's off guard. Fexi though on the board, 126, making it happen. It's Nexty's fix, hitting the double, but Ja trigger discipline. He's doing it again here. Axerai, the backstab is absolutely on point. Still more work to be done, and now Decoy gets the clear. 126 Thieves, an incredible round. They showed some firepower in the last one, but this time they'll get a round win.
That was beautiful. Like, I thought that the detain on who was this? On Dicky was problematic for 126 Thieves, but they actually used it to their advantage. You can see that there was a bit of a scramble for Zipto to dodge/ignore Dicky, but then he gets the kill, and it disrupts the flow of the post plant for Zipto, allowing the rest of 126 Thieves to start, well, just basically waterfalling into the site, and it works out. Sure, there's a couple of kills as form of resistance from Zipto here, but not enough. And 126 Thieves finally putting themselves on the map here.
Yeah, it's just a chop factor of the club. Something that Zipto will need to respect moving forward. But here they send out the cascade towards A. Dicky wants to contest that in a close fight. On the opposite end, Decoy also wants one out for. Here we go with the contact we're talking about, but Fixie, he's ready for the spray down up close anyway. A big pick for Zipto to make their way into A. The owl drone from Riz as well, going to clear out the closer angles near 410. But interesting enough, this is where you have that conversation. Do you back away from A so the close smokes can't play a factor for the rest of the round here? And Zipto just keeping silent for now.
Scanning ahead.
These guys will be using that recon dart to get a catch here. We'll hear the smoke right now, the cloud burst. So he knows that Fixie's somewhere around this, and they will be keeping tabs on that with a couple of smokes, like you mentioned, from Dicky. But with 30 seconds on the clock and Emon having his reckoning, this still could be a set A play. And honestly, it's going to engulf the majority of the site.
Yeah, at this point, Sipto knows that the operator shouldn't be in this angle already. And with it, the reckoning, as you've said, forcing 126 Thieves off the site. Plant now coming on in. Pixie as well, spraying, trying to prevent guys Blue from peeking early on. The spike planted though, Cove now broken. The rest of 126
Here.
look to play from the rafters. We heard it though. Blade Storm out, Pixie up close, Chintu's gone. And Pixie has just been so good at these sprays in these closer distances. In any case though, Shock Dart into play. Emma now peppering the opposition. And Emma, the executioner there. He's found 3 targets, he gets 3 of them. And it's 5-1 in favor of Zipto.
Well, with all of that, very strong performance for Zipto there. It was kind of difficult, I think, for them to get any form of idea where the defense of the other players were from Zipto without, I think, help from Sky in Blue, because he did throw a good chunk of his utility at the start of that, and I think Zipto was banking on that fact and just went in straight for the carnage, because 126 Thieves, you can just see that they wanted to get that contact as quickly as possible, but they were needing to clear the corners and get that information while retaking, which is very difficult to do.
You're asking for the contact though, and Zipto will deliver. 126, they try with the Sheriffs, but this time Zipto more prepared on the anti-eco. And case in points, A, wide open for the taking. Nexi, he did do some damage with the Sheriff a while ago, but can he find the value now here? Zipto has just gone hunting at this point. The alarm bot as well. That's one spotted, shot comes through. Nexi has just 1, but Fixie has found 4, and it's even more here for Zipto.
That was kind of close, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I mean, could get a drop there. A kill onto Fixie would mean the 1 versus 1, and there was still the while that was happening, they were still kind of planning the spike there too. This was a nasty setup for Josh over there. He kind of doubled up with his own turret there. Bang. Could have been the 1 versus 1 on the site, and then you could just see that Riz is very far. And I think this was, what, the first timeout that we've seen from 126? No. That was... they also did timed out on that previous game that they played.
Yeah, and 126 Thieves, again, conversations with Coach Orgel here. At this point, they need a more solid game plan for what they want to do with these sites. The retakes have been a bit more successful compared to their exodus to try and find the aggressive peaks. And in a way, it's been dry contact from 126 Thieves, right? They send in the Clove, they send in the Jet to find an isolated fight. But from what we've seen from Zipto today, players like Fixie, players like Cha, they just win those duels, and you can't afford to just send in your players to die that way.
You really can't. It just seems like, again, they have that set plan in mind, but they're forcing it way too much that they're not able to really cover their bases, right? Where you don't want to go in 1 by 1, but I think because they are starting to throw utility for that retake, they're feeling a sense of urgency, and unfortunately it is creating that friction between the team where they're just not able to smoothly go together and just get the kills and the retake.
Yeah, it's just the same example. A single pick from Zipto says it all. Efforts from Hot Sauce and Ja have effectively conditioned 126 Thieves to stop bothering to try and play the flanks themselves. So it's about receiving, like, execute here from Zipto. B, looking likely to be the target after that mid control and a potential push out into kitchen. The orb to be taken as well. Decoy, does he swing it though? 2 already, but 1 will fall. Rizza taken down. Great angle taken there by Decoy, and Dicky as well. 126 Thieves. Some major kills to keep them afloat, and here you go again with another. Dicky keeping up the pressure. It's a 3v2, and Hot Sauce has been looking for an opening here, but 126 Thieves, they just don't budge.
Using that poison orb, I wonder if they're going to try to work their way through that B site from Orange, but it looks like that's going to be a no. Nexi has abandoned that A site and will lose
30 seconds
the
left.
Viper's Pit. I'm not sure if this is going to impact anything as the round continues, but this will allow Zipto to plant the spike at least at the back of things. If it's going to be a hot sauce, he will have his own ultimate to work with. And I think Eman is making that call that, yeah, we're going to want to use your ultimate for this, and he will try to plant it inside
so
the
much
kettle.
time.
This is a risk. This is such a risk, and he will fall down, leaving Eman into 1 versus 3.
Yeah, Nexi there off top now with the drop down, and 2 will be in front of Eman there. Too many targets and 1-2-6 Thieves. They're gonna say thank you very much for the defuse and a great off angle taken there by Nexi. That seems to be the lapse there for Sipto. If a Viper lets that pit drop, you'd understand that it could be that belt position is... Oh, Decoy, you can't afford to die like that.
You definitely can. I think they just panicked, especially when you saw them. They not really having
Spike
much
planted.
time left on the clock. It was also kind of interesting that they wanted to repeat that fight so quickly, where Eman could have maybe just...
Asarai, I need to stop you here. Decoy died before the round like moved on. So the operator they had,
Oh no!
it's gone now.
Okay, that's no
Fell.
bueno.
He fell.
Into the darkness.
No,
The
just
highest,
kind of to the ground.
Okay,
Like,
sorry, I was about to say the highest tower in the lowest
no,
dungeon.
no, brother, it's like gravity. It's a real thing.
I suggest you move.
I was
Direct-
about to reference something wicked, but
No,
well,
no. The good witch says no because we've got the plant on A side.
let's go Galinda.
Welcome to
Cool to have a player called Galinda. But anyways, this is the time that they're going to be able to use their Viper's Pit.
Yeah. This is Alphabet's lane. Or you can call it the Emerald City, whatever you want it to be, that's right. But Sky is blue, it's a different color. And he wants to find a way to make it through. Sipto, though, all we see on the scoreboard right now is red because it's offensive success for Sipto here. Emma and Hot Sauce, they're just lighting it all up. And with Sky is blue, all alone, it seems like it's really the Sky he's looking at as Pixie sends him to heaven. Sipto, 7 rounds and a flawless 1-2 boot there.
Got it?
Yeah, it didn't even... Zipto didn't even flinch when that lockdown was placed by Chintu, especially with... who was this? Rizza having his ultimate as a deterrent. Just a great understanding of the situation that they're in, and Zipto just held their position inside that site, and it was... I think just a complete chaotic encounter because of all of that, on top of the Viper's Pit was already in front of their faces. So that round, definitely an iffy one, and Zipto picks it up.
Yeah, belt play perhaps for Pixie. He does avoid the second floor nest though, and with a Decoy finds the opening. Hot Sauce on the board, but Dickie's back to life. Rizza finally with the punish blades here. Rizza continues the slaughter. And given that, 1-2-6 Thieves try to play the surprise factor with the Sheriffs yet again. But Sipto more ready for it this time. So he comes out. Rizza's not done. He's gotten 3. Pixie gets a double of his own. And Sipto Esports, the Malaysian duo, doing it all in that round. 8-2 here.
is never full.
Wow, that was insane from Zipto there. Honestly, I thought for a second that 1-2-6 was making a pretty good argument that they were getting a couple of good picks right there because of Decoy. He still had a position on
Last player
Nest,
standing.
but Zipto still kind of just went with it, rolled with it, and they just were able to pick up all of those kills. And of course, the last remaining players, they were just rushing into the site and falling down to Zipto.
This has just been Sipto continuing the standard they had from the last map, but this is Dickie at least catching Pixie. 1-2-6 Thieves have been keeping an eye out for Belt, but this is B site now wide open. Chintu's gone, Jaw finds the pick, and suddenly Sipto with a fast rotate towards B, and 1-2-6 Thieves needs to catch up.
A little bit too far from the situation here. Hot Sauce could be in a bad spot, but he is making it work by himself. Decoy is already down to less than half, and he's still holding that position on Sandman, so that means that Decoy is going to have to try to deal with him. But while that's happening, Hot Sauce is syncing up with the rest of the team.
Yeah, Decoy low HP, here's through the window. Moving to 6, Snowman that control here. Hot Sauce though, yet again at the front. They almost lined up for him, but 1-2-6 Thieves will catch him there. a chance now to play the retake. The 3v2 as Eman awaits. Here comes the shots though, and Eman crispy on the first, but the hole he gets. Ja here sprays through the smoke. Well done on the first. Looks to find the second, and Sky is blue. Can he get away with it? Halfway done. Ja's reloading, looking for the full stick, and 1-2-6 Thieves. They will steal this one away. Sipto gets some kills, but it's merely a consolation after that one.
Before the switch.
That's gonna hurt them. Ever so slightly. I was about to say, oh, they might not have any economy, but no. They'll actually be able to buy fully into this. We'll check into the replay there. That was a great catch through the harbor wall as well. But this is where it was kind of interesting to see. I think the call to regroup by Zipto actually kind of backfired because they started losing map control at the back of the site, and maybe that's not what the answer was. That being said, though, can't take it away from 1-2-6 Thieves. They were able to just get all the picks and kind of sync up themselves, disrupting the flow of Zipto.
Yeah, they've contested belts how many times already just in this half alone. And Decoy did keep tabs of it before sitting into the gated area. But Zipto look to repeat what they did in that last round for a potential B execute. Lurk from Rizza. Oh, the timing.
You should run.
Decoy doesn't see it coming at all. And with a lockdown into play, who makes the noise first? Rizza's just searching towards gate. Decoy gonna be backing away from that one. Also at mid, the Lurk might get the spot, and Hot Sauce is the one to get the job done. Lockdown now. Gives the space here for Sipto. Not gonna go down. Sky is blue though. Will answer back in kind, and it's quite a scattered affair for both these teams. In the middle, Fixie now spotted. There's still a flank here for Sipto though.
Reckoning used as a bit of a deterrent here for the moment. Emma not really able to do anything by himself. He's already right in front of Dicky, and he's able to get the 1-2 punch, make that a third potential here as he's going against Sky is Blue, but falters. But big flanks coming in from Rizzo.
One enemy remains.
Unknown, the drop down, and he picks up the kill with a beautiful flank against 1-2-6 Thieves.
Yeah, Rizzo was just creeping that throughout that round. And he's really done so much. Whatever the agent he's been on. In the end, though, Fixie still 17 kills here for Sipto. These lurks from Sipto, not just one, sometimes two, sometimes even three when they can get away with it. Hot Sauce during the beginning, Eman, incredible hold during the hackers. Can they make it happen though? Sipto ready to receive already, and they're looking to play towards this 410 angle. Look at this one, that's right. Eman, as well as Fixie, in position to find the contact. Decoy swings out. Sky is blue as well, and Sipto backing away after they lose one.
Oh, that is going to be the 1-for-1 trade, though. Fixie does take a bit of damage. Wall is up already. This gives him a bit of coverage, and that's very scary. Very dangerous position for Fixie as he's holding the right while Emon will be holding the left here. Gonna have to be composed as 1-2-6 Thieves is coming in, water falling into the side, and we're now gonna be left with Ja in a very sticky situation, but he's making it work with that classic in hand.
One enemy remains.
Bullet. Oh! 2 bullets now! The lesser clip, and Ja is the biggest, baddest beast of them all! Sipto Esports! Just done it again for them during these pistol rounds, and on to double digits off the clutch!
God. Oh my.
Damn.
Thank you. This is why. I take the first or last, you take the first and then last. Okay, let's just look at the replay. So chaotic. It looked like great for 1-2-6 Thieves, and then Ja, bang, isolated, bang, and then able to hide inside the smoke beautifully. He got a very prolonged fight against Sky is Blue, which was kind of interesting, thinking that I thought they were gonna make that 2v1 more felt for Ja much sooner, but never happened. And then he was just able to get that 1v1, v1, 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 and just got all of it. Dang.
Yeah, if you give Ja the opportunity to isolate these fights, he would win those more often than not. And his KD says it all here, Asarai. 17 kills and only 4.
The performance output, everybody from Zipto, minus Rizza, already double in the kills, and then double digits in kills, and 1-2-6 Thieves haven't hit their double digits yet.
Well, you want to see some hits? Fixie again. He can make an album after this one. M and 2 on I would say it's an anti-eco, but it's not really. Sheriff's Guardians, the force buy from 126 Thieves. Red immediately here. And Fixie also being cheeky. Spot out now, courtesy of Chintu. Good shot. Looking to find the drop down here, but Chintu holds his ground and stays alive with 26 HP. So the damage done versus Sipto here. 126 crawling on closer and closer. But Hot Sauce
Spike
back to his
down
ways.
A.
Chintu though, massive moment. A 3K so far. A single bullet left. Perhaps to his own demise. The drop comes. The Guardian still looking for the taps, but Ja and Rizza, when's the swing gonna come their way? Chintu here, though, what a shot! But Ja, of course, the heartbreaker in the end. The effort was there from 126, but Sipto now make it to 11.
That's gonna hurt. That's absolutely going to hurt. He had such a good round on that one too. This was again a set play for Zippo, where they just love being on top of 410 and just looking to get as many kills as they possibly could. Chintu had that 4K, but it's the left and right that I don't think he was fully expecting. So that was just an unfortunate thing for him too, because he wasn't able to just readjust that aim of his quickly enough to just deal with job.
Yeah. Just so tough to try and transfer, to try and spray with the Guardian. It just goes to show Sipto always ready to peek out after swinging to a teammate. Emma now continuing on with the taps. And here we go again. Truthfully, Asarai, I would have thought that this game would be defined more about the utility here from Sipto. They're just answering the contact from 126 and then some. Here we go again. They're pushing. They're taking the space. The spike is no longer in the hands of the Mongolian squad. And Sipto taking some incredible spots here to see the opponents coming. Dicky, shoulders out, and he is just gone in the blink of an eye. The high tide even. What do you even do at this point if you're 126?
Here.
I don't know. There's just so much firepower and range advantage that Zipto have. And for the looks of things, 126 teams will have to overtake. I mean, they had a smoke and something, but that's just about
30
it.
seconds left.
Decoy is down to 21. And the best case scenario for him from the looks of things is just to save the Guardian or maybe get that long wraparound and save a better weapon.
Yeah, he needs to kill Ja if ever. Pick up a rifle, but I doubt it's really gonna happen. Hot Sauce now keeping an eye out towards mid. Decoy now into kitchen. And this will confirm it here for Sipto. Match point, yes. Ja, did he see Decoy coming? No. And Decoy is just a breath away from his opponent. There are only 2 more seconds, you know. Could have been a contact, but in any case, 12-3 here. Match point truly for Sipto Esports.
They still have money to actually buy. It's going to be a big question here too.
Here.
Man, you can just see that 126 Thieves in this range just panicking. Once they realized that Zipto were already about to just pour out and contest them at their own portion of the map near their spawn, they were trying to get into chart of safer waters here, but there was none to be had.
Yeah, and Sipto Esports, it's just been a dominant affair from start to finish. It was the same story against S2 a while ago. Potentially the same conclusion, unless 126 can find some heroes within them. True Guard is still into play. Decoy is the one to make it happen. 4v4. As 126 make their way to plant that spike. Amando! His swing's not good enough. Decoy is the one keeping everything afloat. But Ja the trades. He's gotten into double. Dicky here playing close. High tide receding. And still it's Rizza to keep it all calm. Chip 2. The last one standing here for 126 Thieves. And the lockdown. You can feel the pressure here. The lineup's there. But Ja will always say no. From beginning to end, it's been all Sipto. And 13-3, another statement made by Sipto Esports.
Yeah.
When we saw them last time around, but Oasis and Sipto, it's the derby on the Philippine side. 8 Filipino players within the lobby right now. And I can't wait to see what just happened. Stats though real quick, both Oasis and Sipto favoring the defense on a map like Ascent. That's not too surprising.
Yeah, and this is... Ooh, I just can't contain my excitement anymore. This is going to be a banger, and it's just... You can't make any more mistakes, man. Just going back into it. It's a best of one. This is all that they will get. One will lose. Obviously, one will get that W and stand alongside Naos in the main stage, securing their slot if they can.
Yeah, either way, though, we'll see one of these two teams at the end of the week. We'll see one of these two teams in a few weeks' time. Now into the action, Rizza and the rest of Zipto looking for the split over at A. Oasis could be contained here. They're going to need to shoot themselves out of this one. And Marky's the one providing the kills. A double for Marky. And the spike control is in the hands of Oasis. The flash comes up and then Sladom so sharp though. And a double there to keep Ja all alone now. Spotted here by Oasis. An incredible read. And that's what familiarity is all about. Oasis knew what was the plan.
Yeah, this is an Oasis strong point as well. Last time that we saw them, they also started on the defending side, and Oasis got that pistol. So this is where I think we haven't really changed the status quo. It's still going all according to similar to what we saw from that last time. But anyways, Zipto is going to try to go for another shot here at A main, but this time they're bringing in majority of the players. They're going to try to go for a sheer number tactics here. We'll see how that happens.
Yeah, Zipto quickly looking to find a way to get the flood going. Suppresses into play, and Marky is backing off from the safer distance. So the Razorvine still available to use here. And here we have it, Sladom working with the garden built by Oasis Gaming. A triple here. He's racking up these kills. Even the fragment from the grave. And a 4K there to keep the ball rolling. He's one away from the null command now here, Asarai. And with Ja all alone, he's been good with the pistols, but against Tesseract there, it's not going to happen. 2-0 for Oasis Gaming.
Yeah, that's going to be a relatively clean round for them as they save up most of the weapons that they were hoping to bring into this next round of ours. And this is the true test here for Oasis. Are they prepared? Again, and just referencing what happened that last time, it was a gun round victory for Zipto, and they kind of started back and forthing then during the entirety of that first half. Will Oasis break the trend here? Especially now that we have Zeus nursing that Outlaw in his hand, immediately just charging out of short here, hoping to get a pick.
Only two players on the light armor here for Zipto. And Oasis, so far they've done a good job to contain Fixie from getting those explosive entries. A slower pace from Zipto again. Rolling their way towards A. The double shotgun from Zeus is just so damn good. Rizza's gone. Now the pick here for Oasis. They can tempo with this pace. And given that, Zipto will just back away and rotate from A.
Looks like they will, as I did mention. Just get a bit of at least a sync up here. Try to pierce in as a 4-man into that B site. Not really having Rizza anymore is going to be a bit of a burden for them, but at least Fixie's still there as well. So they will have that Cloud Burst dash. You can't see there is a challenge from Zin here, but he falters to Ja, who is just very prepared of that one.
Yeah, a little ambitious there from Zin. He got the intel with the Arc Rose, but with his demise, B now is wide open. It's 4v4, but Zipto can set up easily towards the boathouse.
Smoke does separate them. Hot Sauce has got that set up already with the Paranoia. Everybody from Oasis is going to be pushing through this, so one good throw of that Paranoia, and it's going to be lights out, I think, for Oasis here if they're not careful.
Oh, Eman, he's prepared for that one. A double hit for Eman, as Zipto is using the long angle to their advantage. By bit, Oasis trying to play at the lane. Zeus again, dipping in! But you can see it here at Outlaw now, trying to find one more to kill. It's not gonna happen. Fixie, low HP, but he's still alive and kicking. At this point, Oasis, they're gonna give up the round to play for the exits, and Tesseract has come to collect. Tesseract, though, so shocked there. Ja buying some good time. And Zeus, there's no time to defuse it, but he'll pick up a rifle, and Oasis, they get a good consolation after Zipto gets on the board.
That was not expecting to. I was actually expecting that maybe there was time to get that defuse, but no. But yeah, you're absolutely right. The exit frags was just perfect. The timing. still though, the way that Zipto was able to get to this B site with Ja just straight up 1v1
One
in
enemy
that
remaining.
fashion,
Last
spectacular,
player
but it
standing.
costed them everything. I'm wondering what the purchase right now for Zipto will be. They will still get those rifles, but primarily 3 of them will be on the half shields, which will be felt later on in this round, I feel.
Yeah, and that's why Zeus still has an outlaw on hand. Simple also aware. They did send players with the Bulldogs instead, but Zeus has to the first and foremost. Key target found by Oasis Gaming. Null command now. We hear the pulses, courtesy of Emin. Fragment 2 towards the spawn here. And with a dash in with Pixie, that's some space for Zipto to work it. Now the pressure towards stairs. Oasis tucking themselves at the back of the site. Corner for Tesseract though. Sees one coming. Zeus
Spike
again,
down.
doing some great damage. Zeus now still not overrun. He's got the 3. And the rest of Oasis are looking to
One
follow
enemy
suit.
remaining.
But Ja and Hot Sauce, they're doing it all here for Zipto. Oh, so reliable. The rocks here for Zipto now, keeping everything stable. And with Sladom even exposed, 50 seconds left, Ja, Hot Sauce, they need to swing in succession, and Ja's there, taking the extra step. Low HP, but it's still high success, 2-2 now.
They both knew exactly what the other one was doing. You can see that Slatham was waiting for Ja to push up with his teammate on the stairs there.
This is a nice spot.
But wow, that was a very close round to say at the least. I will say as well though, not sure if you noticed, but Zin was not in the B site, so he was able to use the Razor Vine, but the second one came from a lineup all the way through spawn, which somewhat delayed Zipto. So it just kind of goes to show they were kind of prepared for what Zipto was trying to do, because he was out of the range of the null command as well from the opposing Emon's KO.
Yeah, and it's been the case. Look at the setup right now. It's been the default setup for Oasis with Zind. But the Razorvine on A put himself towards B because that null command is no longer on the table. But Oasis, they're the ones feeling the ripples in the economy. A few pistols into play. The Blade Storm 2 tucked away within Wine. Emendo, a lineup flashing towards A. Zeus just waiting for the opportunity to swing on outs, but the pop flashes find nothing. Zipto respect the setup, will back away and go for mid control instead.
Gonna wrap around. No one's gonna be here, except for that wall that will try to stop them to shear. Once they try to trigger it, no one's gonna be looking to probably punish. This is where it kind of gets interesting though, because Zind, yeah, it is gonna be forced back for the moment. Flash keeps them
30 seconds
honest
left.
here for Ja, but here comes the push from Zipto as they slowly work up, having to wait
It's tough.
for the Vice Util to go down.
Here, the swing out comes. Sladam trying to go for the surprise, but it's not gonna happen. Zeus, though, did go hunting. That's a long lurk, courtesy of the Jet. Marky, though, trying to mow them down with the Phantom,
10
and Marky
seconds left.
managing to catch out Riza.
Last
But
player
on the side,
standing.
it's just still there.
Spike down
Zeus!
B.
What a smite from out of nowhere! No time now for Ja, no chance! With Marky in position, and Oasis Gaming will take the lead here.
That was a saving grace. A great play we saw from Zeus there. We'll probably see it again on the replay here, but that was excellent use of the Jet knives. I honestly, you just did not expect that was going to happen, right? Looking into how Zipto was already getting so much control on the map. Sure, it was a little bit slow, but they were still able to make it work. Now, Zipto's going to be on the back end here, not having that economy working for them.
And Zeus here, just a different affair when they faced off against one another. A lot more impact from Zeus, just online like he was against 126 Thieves. This is a great sign for Oasis Gaming with their Prodigy doing all they can to do that damage. 0 point though, catching out Fixie, slowing the Zipto pace to a crawl again. A similar stance though, a split approach into A. Oasis ready with 3 players stationed. Smoke coming on now though towards Ray Sladam in response to Fragment Blind coming on in 2, but Pixie is spotted by Sladam, who's ready for that
enemy
one.
remaining.
The mow down from Marky. He's come to collect and hire this man as a gardener at this point because he's just brought the lawnmower with that Phantom.
Just trimming the excess with that with that beautiful hold on A main. And you're, I like this from Oasis. You're absolutely right. The three-prong defense that we saw, they called in the reinforcement with Tesseract to hold A main alongside, I believe that was Slatham there. And while that was happening, Marky was trying to track A main, and they just simultaneously hold it beautifully, mind you that. So with that in mind, Zipto can feel that kind of intensity here as they go in for their first time out, 6 rounds in.
Yeah, and the first time we've seen Zipto call a timeout all throughout the night. Familiar face for the PH fans. Coach JCL, formerly of Zol Esports, went alongside Eamon to join the Zipto roster. And now conversations. Honestly, this is the most serious faces we've seen from Zipto today here, Asrai. After that game versus 126 Thieves, they were all happy, they were all smiles, but against a familiar face like Oasis, immediately it's game time and they're on the back foot.
Absolutely. So with all of that, here we go. After that quick little breather, quick little timeout, what's going to be the adaptation for Zipto here? They are nearing some pretty big ultimates.
Shock dart.
Nope.
Oasis, yeah, they're quickly pushing into this one to catch Zipto by surprise. They even go for the pinch from mid. Zeus is there to keep the pressure on. Marky's found one though. Vixie still trying to keep Zeus at bay, but Zeus, he went fishing, and Josh the one caught in his net. A 5v3 now, and Oasis will keep pressuring, will keep pushing, and will keep killing Zipto wherever they stand. Versus all alone and just commanding advance here from Oasis. A far fought duel. Here we go, Rizza. Taps from the Vandal are good, but Tesseract is better. 3 rounds to gap now between Oasis and Zipto.
That was incredible. The timing of assist for Zeus there to be given to Zeus was spectacular. Marky was just giving as many dark covers to Zeus to utilize while he was pinching on tiles. You saw that maybe Zeus was in a 2 versus 1, but then the timing on the smoke didn't really allow, I believe, Fixie to get that refrag, and Ja got caught in the 1v1 against Zeus. The timing right now is just working for Oasis so damn well, and it really is disrupting the flow state here that we normally see from Zipto.
Yeah, Oasis came into this one prepared especially for Zipto Esports. Now the Hunter's Fury, Tesseract though still holding the lane. Ja though just getting the assassination going. What a snipe with the hand cannon. And given that one, it's a pick to open up that side. Hot Sauce as well, the track! Utterly unreal! But Oasis still with a semblance of a hold in the situation. The kill onto Fixie. Keep everything calm now. A 3v3 here, Ja. Still a big threat with that rifle in hand. But the flank, oh, it's gonna get spotted here by the utility. Oasis still steady on the B side, and there is a chance for Zipto. There's a back off, go for the rotate, but they don't want to leave Ja alone here. That's right, they don't want to. And Ja's the one taking matters to his own hands. Marky's gone. There's still one on the site here. Sind now finally taking down Ja. But the rest of Zipto here, they come onto the side, beats their claim.
Now they know that Slatham is going to be coming through on B main. Interesting use of util here. It does stop the clan on the spike, so it gives him a bit of breathing space for the 2 versus 1. Now he tries to reposition. Can't really use his ultimate because he's alone in this thing, and he will try to enter the site at a different interval. Rizza is low. One shot into him. He should fall down, but the timing is beautiful from Zipto there, and they somehow managed to pick this away from Oasis.
Yeah, the double swings have been the most coordinated from Zipto Esports today, and that is just another example of how they swing together. A thrifty window, and how does it always start here, Asrai? It's just Ja doing Ja things. A great shot onto the anchor there, but this was even better. Hot Sauce! How? How?
I don't know, man. He tries. Sometimes Hot Sauce just does Hot Sauce things, and it looks unreal. That trace through the cloud burst, beautiful stuff.
Well, yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's right. He swiped right. He swiped right on that one.
Very much, lots of practice on that one too. I would assume.
I would assume too. Well,
For a,
the man,
for a caliber of person that Hot Sauce is, truly.
yeah, the
The
glaze is
point's wrong.
unreal. But you know, Hot Sauce, ever since he came back from pseudo retirement, he has been the spark for any team that he's joined. Sol Esports, an example. You see it now. Here for Sipto. Speaking of Sipto, they want to keep the pressure on this B side. They sense weakness here, but Tesseract is a strong defender. Pixie now. There's no building up from that point. And with the Steel Garden too, Sipto kept at bay.
And they already poured in so much for that push, with Fixie falling down. Unfortunately for him, so they're gonna just have to try their, I think, to try their luck once more here, where Zin and Tesseract are now playing for that crossfire.
30 seconds left.
No, Tesseract's backing away. No.
Zin has had Jaw's number in this scenario. But with Zeus now bringing out the operator, Oasis Gaming keeping the stations going. The flash comes on in. Eman though catching out Tesseract. Eman's not done. The pain train with Eman the conductor, and with 12 seconds left, they should get the
10
spike
seconds
planted.
left.
2v2.
Spike
Oasis go for a
planted.
small reset here. I'm also considering Zeus. Does he swap the operator for the rifle there? From the shadows now. Hot Sauce within the boathouse here. Zeus does pick up a Phantom. And Oasis Gaming splitting on up, but this is Zeus who
Last
just get
player
off chance
standing.
timing. He does so versus Emma. Hot Sauce all alone. Hot Sauce, he's doing it here, but Marky managing well, and Oasis Gaming with their IGL keeping it steady. They're up to 6.
Ooh, I think Marky kind of lost his bearings there for a second, not knowing where the spike was. I wonder if he can pick up the operator as well. That's going to be a bonus if he can. It's too far! There we go. Okay, never mind. Wait, did he get it?
He got it.
No, he didn't.
He got it.
Did he? I don't think he did. Yeah. It was a Phantom in hand.
Okay, I'll believe you. No,
Well,
don't make
thank
fun of. Yeah.
You're such a
One enemy-
great friend. But, sorry. Just dissecting a little bit, looking at the replays here real quick. Emon,
Huh?
or sorry, Zeus
Oh,
for
they
sure spotted the legs.
Yeah.
Oh, they did get it. Okay, perfect.
No,
They bought another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Anyways, what was I saying now? Oh, yeah, there you go. Zeus spotting out Emon's feet while he was holding lane was very big, because that at least gave Zeus a potential free kill onto Emon.
Yeah. And Oasis Gaming, overall, solid in its defense, some great holds. So
Okay. Good so far, like you mentioned. Ooh.
and Sipto effectively forced to play these defaults now because of that operator's presence.
And this does help the, Oasis's case, as it does slow down the approach of Zipto once again. Zipto, good timing to dodge that 0 point. Well, Emon is getting closer here. He's going to be the battering ram as he uses that null command potentially to work their way into this case. And it's actually going to work, though, I think, because
30
Zin is not going to be able to use any of these utilities to delay things.
Yeah. Null command for null command. Like we're playing a different game, but
Oh.
Marky finding Rizza. Huge pick here from Oasis to play protection on the
enemy
sides. There's no getting past. Marky and Sladum here. Oasis Gaming, they built the wall that Sipto cannot cross.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The timing on Sladum being able to just throw out his own ultimate to deny Zipto any form of setup play here. This meant that Zipto
One enemy
had to play
remaining.
the raw contact, and unfortunately for them, there was still a smoke outside or on the entrance of the A site on A main, so they couldn't really find their bearing, and they just kind of fell one by one, and it just shows how good Oasis held that site.
Brother, when someone says you are powerless, you just say it back. We are powerless together. And Oasis looking strong together on this defense. They got 7 rounds, though, in the last outing versus Sipto during the first half on the defensive side. Right now, they're looking to better that with the kill on the Jaw. So the Lurk's gone. The spike still within middle. In this scenario, Oasis Gaming is
Spike
just
down
playing a
mid.
good game of keep away. An eco here for Zipto, and these duels are all Oasis to win. Sladum again in position. Marky now with
One
the paranoia
enemy
here,
remaining.
perfectly placed. Sladum with the 3K, and Oasis Gaming have gone to 8.
Yeah, Oasis really
Last round
working
in the
this
half.
lead that they've built up against Zipto, not making any wasteful movements, any wasteful actions, and just getting some of that ROI. You know, they've had such a strong start. Sure, Zipto was getting a couple of rounds in the early stages of this first half, but they were able to bring it back through some masterful clutches from players like Zeus and I'd say Sladum.
Yeah, and we've been talking about how important the duelist will be coming into this matchup. Zeus online, Fixie on the other hand has been denied of the glory we are accustomed to seeing from him. Hunter's Fury though, that's his own teammate. Yeah, it's all good,
okay.
all good. It's like, Marky, can you move a little bit? And now Marky moving, and Marky again! He's gotten the kill, but Sladum now traded in response. Zipto, we've seen them work with those single picks before. Zind the one holding on to B site now. He has a different plan. Ja, it's a similar angle. How he's been dipping into that corner, trying to see where players like Tesseract and Zin have been. Hot Sauce though, Lion, wait! And Hot Sauce is good for the one. Ja here setting up the Cyber Cage and the Trip Bar. This is a dangerous game you're playing, Ja. Like Cypher moving forward. The Sheer though, separating the 2 and the 1. Trio now have to play the stations. Ascend!
Down B.
He is just the guard of B. No ID, no entry, and Oasis booting Zipto out of the potential here. With Ja all alone, he needs to do it all. 1v3 ahead, 30 seconds left, avoids the Arcros, finds the kill onto Zeus. Both of Oasis still on site here though, the spike just within
saw it.
reaching distance. And you said it,
I have
that's right.
retrieved the spike.
He has the lay of the land, he's aware of how Oasis is positioned in the way.
He knows.
30 seconds, the flash of the confirmation, and there's no escaping Zin's wrath! 9-3 for Oasis Gaming to end the half win.
You can visually
sides.
see Ja trying to figure out what the hell he's supposed to do there. He gets all the information, sure, but he's not really able to get any kills on that one. And you just immediately see the timer go red, and you're like, I have to try to do something here.
As they will put pressure towards A early.
There is a good amount of resistance that Zipto is placing here. About 3-4 players of Zipto is just about to go collect, and there's going to be trade after trade, but it
One
is
enemy
complete
remaining.
pandemonium here.
Spike
Still
down
Zin and
A.
Marky coming out on top. While that does settles, it's going to be a 2-1 with Ja immediately just charging in here onto Heaven.
Yeah. Both players playing on
Oh,
Jenny
sorry.
though, and Ja again, knowing what the intel's at. Trying to isolate the fights, Marky in his face, and Ja is just so damn stable! The clutch in the pistol, Zipto needed that one, and they're gonna get a 4th round now.
He was fully blinded too for a very long time, and he was just hiding at the other end of generator there. But it is a very, very needed pistol here for Zipto.
remaining.
Look at that, and then how does he not fall down to Zind? And he just clears up that position. Well, that's why he's on that seat and we're not.
Yeah, Ja, he has just been the master of angle isolations from getting 1v1s out of 1v2 scenarios. Things were good for Oasis. They won out the Bloodbath trade, and now Oasis still want to put the pressure on A. You have to respect the firepower, though. In Hot Sauce, not only with the Bulldog, but with the Paranoia and the Smoke, too. He dares anyone to cross through main and go into his domain. Now Oasis gonna back off for now. We do see the creep up here from Zid towards mid, but Oasis Gaming using that middle angle to try and find a different
I must
opening.
wait a moment.
I do like this though. Don't think they're gonna be expecting
flight.
this too much. But you know what?
say
Cautious
that?
team.
Yeah.
Yeah, spotted.
Shot that.
It's not about expectations, it's about using that utility. And the Owl Drone immediately... Oh no, Zeus, you're supposed to be immune to lightning! That's your whole thing! That's what you do as a god, but well, gods do bleed, and Rizzo right now making sure that Oasis Gaming is feeling the pain. It's a 4v3 for now. Nice shot though from Zind, who has been waiting for an opportunity like that. Sladum, still in the corner of 3 with the spike.
Out of
This
charge.
smoke Gives them a chance to cross. Rizza, you need to be
30
careful with
seconds
these
left.
bullets. And Oasis Gaming, they try to manage this one well. The 2v1 there allows them to go for the
Ja?
overrun.
that
22
move?
seconds left. Ja, though, catching out Sind. And yet Oasis contained into hot sauce again. This was the start a while ago, Asarai. Will it be the finish? There's the one. Sladam's still there, but there's no chance against a hot sauce that is this ready. Sipto Esports to 5.
And this is the game that we were expecting here. A very strong set of reads from Zipto Esports. Look at that replay here, too. That was just brutal for Zeus, unfortunately. As he falters to the shocks of Rizza there.
One enemy remaining.
I like how you can see that Hot Sauce and Ja are working the map. And they, even without, I think, prior information, there were certain, like, peaks where they just hard read Oasis's timing. So there you have it, you know? Again, familiarity.
Yeah, and not just that, game sense. They've been sussing out these corners. They've been pieing whatever angles they need to just to understand where Oasis is left. And so far, it has helped. Those two key players right now here for Sipto mounts the start of what could be a comeback. But the guns are out for Oasis Gaming. An outlaw again for Zeus in the third round of a half. And with this mid control, they're just looking to find some picks. Spike left behind for now, so a default for Oasis. And Sipto won't let them have it.
They're playing very conservatively here and very good. How do you mention this? Just counterplay, expecting the setup.
Right here.
I guess. In any case, it still doesn't stop Oasis from trying to get that kind of quick check into mid. Bit of noise being done here by Slatham as he works his way through short right now. Does see the paranoia being thrown out, so now they kind of have an idea that there is no reactionary play
30
with a
seconds
flash
left.
here on the B side, so they'll try to do something here.
Oh, but the ping from the recon bolt making it tough for Rizza and forcing him to back into boathouse. Fixie, though. Good kill onto Zeus. Oasis Gaming now. Returning the favor. And then some. Fixie again. Waking on up. Fixie! This is the fire we've been looking from him, but Oasis now managed themselves
Last player
on the B
standing.
side. Fixie, though. 4 kills. And with 10 HP left, he's feeling it here. Waiting now for his teammate to come and help. Eman trying to get in position. Also looking to find a way to get suppressed value, but Marky far away within the boathouse. Move into the lane. Marky now sucking himself into the corner. Tense moment here for Marky as Sipto clearing the angles on the side. Cloudburst now. There's the tap onto the spike. Flashbang into the boathouse here too. And Eman gets the trade in the end. Elation here from Sipto Esports. You can see it in the cam from Hot Sauce as it's nicely done to get a bonus at 6-9 now.
There's an element here of, you know, the saying, luck favors are prepared. There was a split second in every single kill I felt like Fixie had where Oasis literally second-guessed their crosshair placement. There, you can see it every single time. But again, it just shows how well Fixie is able to position himself to get the best potential outcome. And he just hits it. I don't think that was a round, honestly, that Zipto would have won, but they made it happen off of just incredible opportunity taking from Fixie.
Yeah, will the real Fixie stand on up? And with that round, he triples his kills there, Asarai. Much needed timeout here by Oasis. You guys see Coach Retrap, I believe Coach Erax beside him, just talking to the team, looking to manage those fights and instill that confidence. Because you said it. I was thinking the quote really to say there, fortune favors the bold. And Fixie was so bold in taking those angles and winning those fights.
Oh, absolutely. That was... Oh, you just never know. And immediately calls the timeout. I like the call for that one. I like the idea because you already know that there's just... there just has to be a quick calm down, because even though there is that lead for Oasis, you just know that there is going to be a looming sense of comeback that Zipto is slowly building up here.
And if Fixie can just rack up those kills and climb his team's scoreboard, it's going to be an even better sign for the defense. Oasis, though, a half-buy scenario. Confident that they still have enough money to move into the next round with at least an arsenal to work with. Fixie in position now. Outlaw on hand. It's been the weapon of choice in the anti-ecos here for both of these teams. Does Sipto expect all these stingers? That's the real question. A split approach now to try and put the pressure towards A. 3 standing here for Sipto, similar to what Oasis was doing a while ago. Paranoias are traded. Tree control now here for Oasis, but Emin has different plans. He's waiting into the smoke, but Fixie here by the window. Sure, it's Brooklyn Grass. Instead, Fixie's face is the one destroyed. Oasis Gaming! Even with these guns, Emin has to do it all by his lonesome. And it's not gonna be good enough. 3v2. But Rizza and Ja trying to still find the angle. Waiting out the null command. Here we have it. Shorty brought out. Shocked her too. Rizza trying to deny the spike plant. He's done some damage here, Asrai. Oasis really low now.
I mean, I think damage is an understatement as they're all like single-digit HPs. So low. Ooh, and there he goes, gets cleaned out. Marquis' positioning has been exposed, and he's gonna go for the wide swing, almost taking down Rizza. And you see an elated, I think, sigh of relief here from Rizza as he hits that much-needed shot. Great retake for Zipto. Very close, but succeeded nonetheless.
Yeah, 3 players that were a single bullet away, or in this case, a gentle breeze away from dying. Oasis fought tooth and nail to make it happen, and they got to the sites. Some incredible kills from Sladom and Sind, but in the end, Zipto chipping away. That's really what you're looking for. Bit by bit, tear them down. Zipto now seeing the lead that was built against them. It's only 2, the gap here.
Very close. Both teams now equipped with similar weapons, no operators on either side. You can't see a slow workup here for Oasis on mid. They actually go and smoke Arch here. So I wonder if Zipto's gonna try to get some form of control there. But I think they're happy with just Emon holding short for the meantime, while the tripwire is there to kind of give a little bit of that support. Tesseract now checking if someone's actually going to be holding the position, and I think he was just barely able to spot Fixie jumping from spawn.
Yeah, but the Oasis did find success towards A, and they're going to look to pressure that site yet again. Emon and Hot Sauce, the ones on the site right now, they're paying things out towards window especially. This null command, there's a 0 point in response, so a little bit suppressed value here from Sipto at the very least. Oasis struggling to get that space going, and with it now, it's full stoppage courtesy of Sipto. They've gotten 3 so far. Sladom still pulsing there by main, but that spike is just in his face. Someone else from Oasis needs to get it. It might have to be Zeus. Saw that dash going. Evan also spotted here. Zeus not done with the fight. Sind as well. Getting that center of mass going. Rizza's gone. Ja! He's still in the fight here. 1v1 with 10 seconds. Will it be the veteran? Will it be the young gun? Now then, intel provided. Spike planted, sure. But Ja, he's won a scenario like this before. Can he do it again? Here for Sipto. Moving to Dice. Zeus in pursuit. Zeus now swinging by. An element of mystery. They heard the steps though. And Zeus now, he's spotted, and Ja again, an absolute mastermind! How many times does he manage it for Sipto? And an 8th round here for the defense.
You forget.
1 round
I
deficit.
always play high
Sure,
stakes.
that's how we expected this game to go. But my God, how many times has Ja saved the behind of Zipto here? It looked like Zeus was going ballistic already. Zin definitely needed to sync up with his teammate there. 2 versus 1, I felt. But that being said, Ja did a fantastic job at just isolating these key fights and setting the pace for him. You saw how he was masterfully,
This is a nice spot.
how do you mention this, just working the brain
Yeah.
of Zeus in that 1 versus 1.
There's just his claim, and Fixie now has brought out the big gun. Welcome to the operator show. And Zeus taking the full brunt of it. Just to avoid it, Oasis now pressuring towards B. But the one who waits has been the raid boss of the game so far. Ja in position, and Zin's already gone. Hot Sauce with the From the Shadows to reposition and reinforce. This is looking claustrophobic here for Oasis Gaming, and then some. Teshak though, a nice call to push. The operator now discarded and picked up actually for the time being. A minute still remaining, but with only 2 bodies, it's so tough here for Oasis.
You're kind of stuck as well. They might want to just save the operator for Tesseract to use here. Or rather, not for Tesseract, but rather for Zeus to use into that next round. Oh, we'll see. Actually, Marky's the one that picks it up. Makes kind of a lot of sense since he is a former operator player. Tesseract now leading the charge. They are just going to be facing against Amon here, but the question is, do they even know?
No, they don't.
One
Yeah,
enemy
there you
remaining.
go.
He played so perfectly. Lets the spike be planted and just get the kill for free. They still don't know where Marky's at though. The rest of Sipto now looking to flood on the retake from the rafters. The flash too, keeping Marky guessing. It's so tough. He knows Emon's in hell. For the rest of Sipto, there's time to be bought. 23 HP. Never mind, he's all gone. The lead that Oasis built from the first half,
Thanks.
it is now completely erased from 9-3. The 9-9 Sipto have been on a 6-round streak.
No more breathing room here. They
Made
are
the fight.
down to the last.
Spike
I don't
planted.
know how to talk about it, but they have no more money coming into this one. Maybe the lost bonus, sure, but it's still looking a lot favorable here for Zipto. Yeah, there it is. Oasis is going to be purchasing once again, but then if they lose this, it's going to be another reset, and that's going to be looking much better for the Zipto roster. That on the flip side, though, for Oasis, they will have Zeus on his blades. Not really afraid of, actually should be afraid of Amon, who does have his lockdown, or excuse me, not lockdown, but null command available to him.
One quick suppress and he's basically out of the fight. Even though as Asarai, both Oasis and Sipto struggle on the attack on Ascent, but Oasis is a bit more blatant in terms of the stats. And right now Sipto, they're doing it all to control this game. A default here for Oasis, struggling to find any kind of space, but scenarios like this, Sipto, they're so prepared for it. Not only do they have players tucked away safely like Ja, as well as Hot Sauce, but this operator is trained, is ready, and Fixie's angle can say it all. Will Tesseract be ready for this one?
Oh, no!
He's gonna go for the drone. He's gonna go for the drone here. Gets tagged now, and the blades! The blades are where it matters. The sharpness now, taking down Fixie. The cyber cage though, but Zeus, he's not done with heroics. Crossing through into lane now. Rizza here, trained and ready. The dart though, Hunter's Fury gonna be the spots. Rizza now forced to play onto the side here, waiting on default. And even with the pressure, eventually Tesseract will make him crumble. Smoke's gone, Amando spotted. Oasis Gaming thriving in the chaos, and they will still keep a lead. Double digits here for Oasis.
Oh my god, that was close. Every single encounter, every single tiny firefight that we saw could have gone either way. That one almost peek from Fixie could have gotten him a collateral, but then didn't. And then that one contact with Rizza might have actually had him lose his life and not control the middle of the A site till and just losing the B site altogether. But no, he still got 2 kills off of that. This is just razor thin margins of advantage for either side.
It's exactly what we expected when we saw Ascent. We fully expected to go minimum to round 24. But if Oasis Gaming can use that for momentum and more, that could be the pull away they've been looking for. Thing is, now Sipto, they're also looking broken in the bank if they lose this one. Still an operator here for Fixie. Still the blades, but Oasis making the default work a while ago. Now Sipto respects those close angles and puts the jet towards mid instead.
Well, the rest of Oasis now looking to just get a quick charge onto A here. Slatham alongside Marky are already looking for that fight. Marky actually missing the beat. I think he was trying to set up a smoke or something, and they lose 2 players in the process.
And then Oasis now running into the side. It's danger close here for Zeus. Ammon still in the corner of success. And Sipto again, just handling the round with such good manners. Ammon here take a bow. Well read and well called by Sipto in the flawless.
That paranoia lasted forever. Zeus just He delayed his inevitable demise with the Cloudburst, but as you can see, he still really just couldn't get away from that. Yeah, there it is, right? Marky was neat to talk with the rest of his team just around the corner, and unfortunately wasn't able to give that support. So this time, it's going to be Zipto calling... Actually, it's Zipto calling the timeout.
It's Zipto's timeout. So,
yeah, I got confused there for a little bit because they weren't the one that lost the round.
yeah, I wonder how much money Oasis actually has coming into this round here. But in any case, Zipto Esports has kept this game as close as can be. They were down, but not out after that first half. They had an incredible rally on the defense, and we saw in that round just some short calls from M1. Hot Sauce there to synchronize with pseudo anti-flashes on both sides to clear out both Wine and Main. And that kind of meticulous play allowing Zipto to equalize it yet again. This timeout, though, could make or break these two teams. Maybe even the last chance to talk with their coaches, but it's still as close as we expected here, Asarai.
With that being said,
yeah, the money's bad.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm looking at the economy here. There's no more blades for Zeus. They're on half shields. What's going to be the answer here for Oasis when they're going to be the ones reaching into the site and not really having that much to kind of pick from their pockets to use?
Retrieving
only
flash.
saving grace if Zin can get a kill, a Steel Garden could be in the cards. But Zipto relatively prepared for it. They put 2 players towards B main. They respect the numbers from Oasis though here at A. And Pixie again has to deal with the numbers. And he's good with grace as he gets one. It's always this corner. It's always this freaking corner for Zipto. If it's not them, and it's Hot Sauce. And Hot Sauce is doing it all again. A triple for Hot Sauce. The spike already in the hands of Zipto Esports. And Zin, well, at this point, might as well just look for a kill. You're gonna get your ultimate anyway. Pick it up. Ah, no way, no way. Not against Hot Sauce. Nice try, but Zipto now has finally taken his lead.
Yeah. The overtake. Oasis will have their opportunity here, potentially, as they will have that gun round. But this is just, again, Zipto is proving that they are a team that can hit that next step, or at least they can take the breaks, breather, and then just go smooth again on their performance compared to Oasis that felt like brute force with just the weaker weapons. I don't know if they ran out of ideas or strats, but it did not look too smooth for Oasis.
Oh, but that's a big one. You would be concerned, right? Oasis running out of steam. Well, Zeus is still feeling the flame within him. Now then, on to A. They put the pressure yet again. Hot Sauce, the only one on the low ground here. Still Pixie, trying to play from rafters. But the Steel Garden, Pixie has a bit of space to work with. That fragment, though, making it tough. Both players on Heaven and Hell taking damage. Pixie, though, now slain. Zeus onto the side. Door breaks. Rizzo with 2 HP. Now taken down here by Sladum. The rest of Oasis flooding onto A. Ja, yet again, not this time. Can't do it all. 11 to 11, neck and neck in this race.
Zeus getting that first kill, huge stuff. I honestly thought that was not going to be a chance where he actually gets something, but you never really know in this particular game. Look at that. He shoots him through the flash and the paranoia. I'm not sure if it was he still spotted him before he got blinded and got away, or did he just like pop a shot through the white and then just timed perfectly. In any case, that was a big step for Oasis, equalizing once again.
Yep, and hey, that's right. It's round 23. We really are gonna go for that 24 round and possibly more. We'll see though if we can get a closeout from either of these teams. Big round though for both Oasis and Zipto. Money, something to work with even if they lose for both sides. But then again, Oasis, they found success, and that shock dart erased everything. Did you see that? There was so much in the minimap, and now in a snap, it's gone.
He got Slatham. He's preparing himself alongside the team potentially for on null command play, but they're deciding otherwise. They did leave Zeus by himself, or maybe okay, they're just checking mid just in case while the rotation comes from Zinky. So they're still gonna go for a hit, but because Zipto is throwing a bit of shade towards A and not really getting any information, they might read this incorrectly. We'll see.
They avoided the knife. That's the big one. Now Zipto still stable. Paranoia to go for the stall even more. But where's that Omen at? Marky making the hero play. And he manages to find the opening here. Oasis Gaming make their way into A site with the flood. Rizza here with the lightning short, but John now spotted into the corner. And Oasis, they're feeling the potential success here. Spike now planted. Fixie here again. Trying to play from heights. Sees the head of Zeus. He's gone. Still more to come. Still more to work with. Fixie now over onto the corner. Partner in crime with Rizza. It's the duel. They've done it all for Zipto for now. As of it. Fixie here. Left on a solo endeavor. Sladum though. Stay strong. And Oasis Gaming their ones on match points.
Match point.
Everything's just happening so fast. I don't know what to think about things. In any case, though, you're right. There was just an interval there where they dodged the reconnaissance of Zipto, and they gave him a chance. And then this set play into a chef's kiss. The TP from Marky at the back of Generator to get the catch finally on the problematic spot of A, which is Switch. Well, that's that. But of course, we still have this 11-12. Zipto, they got the last dredges of their banks, and they have money to buy up into the utility and weaponry.
Yeah, Oasis Gaming just a single round away from getting to the group stage. Just heroics there from Marky. Still, I can't believe that From the Shadows play worked, but it was well assisted by utility. In any case, Zipto now 2 stingers, 3 rifles. Fixie though, the blades looking quite deadly. And Zeus here, trying to peek things out. Rizza the one swinging to get that intel. The updraft's coming in, and Fixie has taken down Marky. Massive kill, Cloudburst 2. Rizza now in position. The null command into play. Zin's clear, and Zin has done it again. A double for Zin. Looking for more. Tesseract also in position, and Oasis Gaming. A red carpet now towards his B sites.
Oh, they're so close, Dax. You can almost feel it, taste it even. Hot Sauce and Ja, the final bastions. They're working their way, making it happen. The ultimate is forcing Ja at the back. Zin trying to take advantage of this, but he falls down 2 versus 2. And both teams, there's still a chance, there's still time for Zipto to make it work. And Hot Sauce has done it. 1 more to go. Tesseract has to buy time.
I can't believe that Ja and Hot Sauce are both still alive. But Tesseract, he's been a star in other regions. Can't he do it here for Oasis? Buying time and getting a clutch shot. The dart now into play. Time running out here for Ja. The scan, the kill, and Oasis Gaming get their revenge on the bigger stage here in VCTC.